And from Sox Harrison Stadium on the campus of Edinboro University. It is week 4 of the D2 college football season, and today the California Vulcans have traveled up Interstate 79 to take on the Edinboro Fighting Scots. Hello and welcome to the broadcast, everyone. My name is Matt Hagee, and I will be on call for today's game between the California Vulcans and the Edinboro Fighting Scots. And these two teams come in, California at 2-1, Edinboro at 0-3, and the last games for these two teams will start with California. They won 34-26 in a bounce-back win at home over the Shippensburg Red Raiders. Almost blew a 34-10 lead, but held on for the win with Aaron Terry making the game-winning interception and gaining PSAC West Special Team Player of the Week honors. As for the Edinboro Fighting Scots, they went across the state to face off against East Stroudsburg. Edinboro has been struggling all season. Got crushed 56-12. And the Scots are looking for their first win of the season and their first win over Cal since 2004. As we'll take a look at the last game, the last time these two teams faced, it was last season. Actually, tomorrow is 1 year ago. California won 34-16. They used a big first half to knock out the Scots. They mentioned they have not. The Scots' last win against the Vulcans was here in 2004 in the series history. California up 44-35 in 2 ties. And the interesting thing with the series history, before Cal went on this long winning streak, Edinboro had about a 9-game winning streak in the series as well. As you see a pan, we'll take a look at the tail of the tape. California, you'll see pretty much leading in every single category except time of possession. Edinboro holding the ball a little bit more than the Vulcans, but the Vulcans are a very quick strike offense team. But for Edinboro, it's the offense has been the problem so far with new quarterback Jake Sisson. It's the first time, and I'd say a couple years, that there hasn't been a Harris directing the Edinboro offense. First one, Trevor Harris and Cody Harris graduating. Both teams' captains are on the field right now. For California, be James Harris, Gary Brown, Jordan Bowman, and Jawan Turner. And for the Fighting Scots, their captains will be, so take a look at the temperature. It is a beautiful day for football here in this late September day up in Erie County. And 74 degrees, a little cloudy, but most importantly, it's sunny, it's cool, it's a wonderful day for football. And today's captains for Edinboro will be Alex Caratelli, Josh Kibble, Dominic Principal, and Joe Sullivan. California won the toss. They will defer. As you see, the Edinboro Fighting Scots sporting brand new uniforms this year. This is the first season with them. The red with the black pants. Normally we'd see red, white pants, but then they've integrated black into their school's colors here. Edinboro 0-3, not the start they wanted. Second straight year they've started 0-3, but you can't count them out because it's a very good football team. They play well at home. They normally play California tough at home, and nice support from their home fans. But this is a big story right there. Gary Brown, for the first time since the Bloomsburg game, is back after taking a week off due to injury. He was injured in the first half of the Bloomsburg game, but California's got to like that they have number 9 back on the field, and especially James Harris as well. And you see Edinboro's band on the field playing and getting ready to get this. We're about ready to kick off here. The clock is set on the field, and we'll get to see, can California shake the second half woes? But we're going to see a shot there of Edinboro's coach Scott Browning. This is his 10th season with the team. He is looking for his first win of the season here, 10th season. And then for the Vulcans, head coach Mike Keller in his 4th season with the team as head coach. He's been here for a couple other years after coming from Concord, and he's got these Vulcans playing very well again and very consistent. So we'll see if California, as mentioned before, California, can they shake the second half woes? As we'll see, California will kick off here. As they mentioned, they deferred to the second half. It's the first time actually all season they will not be starting the game with the ball. They've started on offense all 3 games of Virginia State, Shippensburg, and Bloomsburg. For Edinboro, back to receive here, we will see Darren Massey and Blake Reddick. For the Vulcans, it will be William Brazil, the brand new place kicker, in his 4th game with the Vulcans. He'll be ready to tee this off here, and we will about to get underway here. Thank you for joining me for this broadcast here on this wonderful day for football, late September day. Can't ask for much better weather than this. The Vulcans looking to start PSAC West play with the win. Brazil raises his hand, runs to the ball, kicks it off, and we are underway here from Sox Harrison Stadium. And looks like Reddick will take it about his 2-yard line. Comes up and gets tackled immediately there. Looks like Gary Brown already off to a good start there, and Tom Green on special teams. We'll take a look at the front seven for the Vulcans. Errol Brewster, Jawan Turner. Jawan Turner had 3 sacks against Edinburgh last year. Adam Mahochi, Jordan Lardani, Devontae Stuber, and Corey Bopp in for the injured Luke Rapchak with a thumb injury he suffered against the Red Raiders last week. For the Scots on offense, they are led by new quarterback Jake Sisson, mentioned before. He is a sophomore quarterback, 6 foot 215. He's from New York State. And Sisson will start with 2 sidecars out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Sisson will take the snap. He hands off to his running back, and he plows ahead for about 4 or 5 yards. That was Corey Bell there on the run for the Scots. And now we take a look at the offense here. Sisson, mentioned him. Bell, who got the carry. Darren Massey, he's the leading receiver for the Scots. He was PSAC West all-second team. Alex Cartelli, Connor Hollenbeck, and Nick Helmick up front there for the weapons. And then the line, R.J. Hughes, Zach Harton, Joe Sullivan, Devarius Bridges, and Jacob Potts there on for right tackle. Now, 2nd down and 5. Sisson out of the gun, 2 receivers split to each side, and is back behind him in Bell. Sisson hands off. Bell up the middle, looking for a hole on the right side. Gets stopped pretty much immediately. Penalty flag is down. It was thrown by the back judge here, and it's thrown in the area of holding, but we will see what the official word is there. And Edinburgh is backing up, so it looks like they seem to be, and it will be called a holding on Edinburgh here. So it looks like the Scots will be backed up in a 2nd and 15 there, as Bell pretty much did not get anything on that run. So California's defense already starting to flex their muscles so far here. It's a California defensive unit that succeeded well in the first half, but then when the offense had sputtered the last 2 weeks, the defense has been out on the field a lot, and they've been worn down pretty easily. But Coach Keller and also Coach Lopez, defensive coordinators, got to like what they've seen out of the Vulcans for these first 3 weeks of the season. So now 2nd down and 15 for the Scots from their own 9-yard line here. Sisson out of the gun again, same formation as before. Takes the snap, backs the pass. He looks, he's fired, overthrows his tight end there, incomplete, and it will bring up 3rd down. And looks like he was looking for number 85 there. That was Justin Kempka. Kempka is the backup tight end. Bring up a 3rd and long for the Scots. California had struggles last week against Shippensburg on 3rd downs. It seems like Shippensburg was converting at will here, but if California can get the stop here, they can try to get some pretty decent field position because the Scots are backed up. So now, Sisson lines up in an empty backfield here. 5 receivers split out. Sisson takes the snap, back the pass. He looks under pressure, just gets it away, and incomplete. He was looking for Hollenbeck, but he was pressured right up the middle there, and a 3 and out for the Fighting Scots here on their first offensive drive. And we'll see the replay right here. You'll see right up the middle pressure, and Sisson had no time to throw, and he just threw it out of bounds and not want to take the sack because he was in the end zone. That would have been a safety. So now, Aaron Terry, fresh off a 97-yard punt and return touchdown on the final play of the first half last week, is back to return for California. For Edinburgh, their punter is Austin Reese. He is also their place kicker as well. And he'll stand from his own end zone, so I'll have to be careful. Low snap. Reese just gets it off, and I think Smorey got a little bit of a piece of it. So that will give the Vulcans prime field position here with 13:43 left here in the first quarter. And we'll already take a look at the offense for California, led by their senior quarterback, James Harris. John Franklin, 4 touchdowns in 3 games this season. Gary Brown, he's back in the lineup. Luke Smorey, we'll see him mostly as a slot 3rd receiver. Desmond Green, his 3rd game starting at tight end. And then Kawan Scott, the big, deep threat. And then up front for California, we'll see the Vulcans here take the field, and then but there's a decent offensive line that had a pretty good game last week and kept Harris from the target seat. Zach Moorhead, Tyler Pearson, Taylor Nicother, Jeremy Seaman, and Zach Moorhead. Now Harris will line up in the center here. in a broken eye. McCauley and Franklin behind him. And he'll go to Franklin here, right up the middle, and gets stopped pretty much immediately after a gain of a yard there. And number 15 for Edinboro, that was Gabe Tillman on the first tackle. And we'll see the front seven. Dominic Principal, he's the star for Edinboro's defense. He was also second team preseason West pick. And then you see the defensive backs, Mitch Thomas, Thaddeus Kornick, Ricky Bailey, and then also others. Mike Shansky was Edinboro's other big linebacker, former Vulcan transfer, but he was lost in the first game of the season. Harris lines up out of the shotgun. Hands off. Franklin to the left side, trying to find a hole. Cuts it back, and is near a first down. So good looking run there by John Franklin. It should be enough for a first down. And the Vulcans using a couple blocks. Franklin able to bounce outside. But Franklin, in his first full season starting after Nick Grissom tore his ACL on the last day of spring ball, as you see the Vulcans already back up to the line of scrimmage. Now Derek Fiore back in as Harris' second sidecar here along with Franklin. Harris takes the snap, handoff, Fiore to left side, cuts it back. Now uses his block to near the goal line and down at about the 4-yard line there. Derek Fiore, first and goal, California. So California presenting different backs in and using that side, and that's where the Vulcans went to the left side. They went to the left side with Franklin. And now Fiore using the speed. He started the season at defensive back, but then when backup running back Nate Goldsmith got hurt, they put Fiore back at running back. And last week he had a couple carries, and here he's got him Vulcans going here. So first and goal from the 3. Can Franklin make it 4 for 4 in games getting touchdowns this season? Broken eye formation. Harris, handoff, Franklin, right up the middle, gets stood up after a gain of about a yard or two. Will bring up a second and goal. They tried to pound Franklin right up the middle there, but he got stood up. It looks like he fell forward, I believe, and it looks like he'll give him 2, and he'll be at the 1-yard line here, second and goal. 12:07 left here in the first quarter. Let's see. Harris back to work, same formation as before, broken eye. Harris. Pitch toss, Franklin to the right. Franklin, touchdown, California. John Franklin's 5th touchdown of the season gives the Vulcans a 6-0 lead. And for John Franklin, for the 3rd straight game, he kicks off California scoring. And this kid continues to impress at running back here. We'll see William Brazil come out for the extra point. Brazil missed an extra point last week against Shippensburg, but he was dealing with a lot of wins at Adams Stadium last week. You can already see a flag come up here right before the snap. And we'll see what it's on. Looks like it was a illegal substitution there for California. I saw one of their players come off the field there at the last second. So that might have been what the cause of the penalty was. So that will back the Vulcans up 5 yards here and make it just a tad longer for William Brazil to try to give the Vulcans a 7-0 lead. You add the extra point. And Brazil got out to a nice, impressive start, 5 for 5 for extra points in Virginia State, the home opening win. The ball is spotted, kicks away. And that kick is no good. No good. So late call there by the refs. So now William Brazil misses another extra point, but California strikes first. They're up 6-0. Stay tuned for more action here on CUTV.
Don't miss your chance to catch the best pro wrestling on the planet. Ring of Honor returns to the Pittsburgh area at the Convo Center at Cal U, Friday, September 25th at 7:30 p.m. with appearances by the Briscoes, Jay Lethal, Adam Cole, and many more. Experience body slamming, super kicking pro wrestling action live. Visit ROHWrestling.com now for tickets and info.
And welcome back to Sox Harrison Stadium. We're back here in the first quarter. California Vulcans took the ball down the field and scored a touchdown, and then William Brazil missed the extra point. So now Brazil will be kicking this one off. The Vulcans' high, deep kick looks like it will go over the head there of Mitch Thomas and a touchback. So Brazil missing the extra point, but makes it up for it well with a big kick. And Edinboro will start from their own 20-yard line here. So the last drive, Edinboro Edinboro went 3 and out. They had a holding penalty. Did not go well for the Scots, and for the offense that has struggled most of the season so far, it ranks one of the worst in the PSAC. Not the start they wanted here. And for California, the defense sets them up, and also with a bit of a tipped punt. Luke Smore got his hand slightly on the ball and give California good field position starting from their own 28. So Edinboro back to work here. 11:46 left here in the first quarter. Sisson will line up out of the shotgun with Corey Bell as his sidecar. He'll take the snap, back to pass. He looks, he fires over the middle, overthrown and nearly intercepted there for California. That was looks like that was number 24 in the play there for California. You see Sisson trying to look for his backup tight end again. Almost a diving attempt there for the interception for the Vulcans. And Sisson overthrew a couple of his guys in the last series too, looking for his first completion of the day. 2nd down and 10 from Edinboro's 25-yard line. Sisson with 2 sidecars. And movement up front here. California jumped, but we'll see if they were drawn offsides. A couple of the California players convinced that Edinboro forced them across. And nope, they're called offsides and Cal. And we saw that a couple of times last week. California was getting called for offsides penalties, neutral zone infraction, and it hurts because California is the most penalized team in the PSAC, and a couple of those have been at the line there, and it looked like maybe a little bit of movement. They could have been drawn offsides, but it will be 2nd down and 5 and make it a little easier here for the Scots on 2nd down from their 30. Sisson again with 2 sidecars. Takes the snap, handoff. Right up the middle, and it will be good enough there for a 1st down. That was Edinboro's backup running back, Jamal Avirland. Give him right up the middle here. Just plows forward. Devontae Suber on tackle for the Scots there, so that 5-yard offsides penalty gave the Scots the extra 5 yards they needed. So instead of a 3rd and 5, it's a new set of downs for the Scots here at their own 36. Sisson out of the gun again, with 1 sidecar and 2 receivers sitting near side. Sisson takes the snap, hands off. It's Avirland again, trying to find a hole up the middle. Gets about a couple, let's say maybe 5 yards on the play. Will bring up 2nd down. So instead of using Bell, they've given it to Avirland again. And Avirland is actually listed as a tight end on the depth chart there, but he looks like he's pretty versatile for his first couple of runs so far in this ball game. So they'll call it a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4 with 10:41 left here in the first quarter. Edinboro from their own 42. Sisson out of the gun with 2 sidecars. He'll take the snap, handoff. Avirland again tries to spin out a tackle and gets ripped down. Ball is out. The ball is out, and big scrum for the ball. We'll see it. It looks like it bounced off a couple guys. It is California football. A turnover for Edinboro, and California will be set up again in prime field position. And we'll see Sisson here. He'll give up the ball to Avirland, but I saw the ball pop out. It about looked like might have been stripped out there. So we'll see Avirland go to the side there. He was getting wrapped up immediately. He's fighting for extra yards, but you see right there, he gets stripped. Looks like Jordan Bowman there on the strip for California, as well as Jordan Lardani. And we'll see this when Cal has the ball, scoring 27-3 and then 35-3 and then other numbers. But this California team, a lot of offense, offensive-minded team, but it's just they have not gotten what they need in the second half. So Franklin up the middle, plows ahead for about 6 yards on the play. Will bring up a 2nd down and 4. It's an interesting formation there for California. So they brought in Jimmy Wheeler. Jimmy Wheeler, who had a couple big runs last week, the freshman from West Mifflin. He had 2 long kick returns called back, and he also had a 30-yard run called back as well. Very impressive so far. Same formation, Harris, 3 backs in his backfield. And now it will be Wheeler. He cuts to the right side this time, goes up the middle, makes a man miss, and plows forward for a 1st down. Jimmy Wheeler showing elusiveness again, and California will move the sticks. And Wheeler, who is a late addition, he was not signed on recruiting day in February, but Harris gave the ball off to him, cut it to the right side. He shows very elusive and great speed. is one of the best backs, and West Mifflin's been known to produce some good running backs. Shamar Green as well, playing for Slippery Rock. Now Harris, he'll go to Wheeler again. He goes to the left side, looks for a hole, cuts it back, breaks a tackle, still going in a decent run there. About another 6-yard gain for California, bring up about a 2nd and 4 here. 9:28 left here in the first quarter. So California seemed there was going to be a problem at tailback with Nick Grissom being injured, tearing his ACL. He was going to be the feature guy with Terrell Roberson graduated. But now with John Franklin off to a great start, you got Fiore back there, and now implementing Jimmy Wheeler. Looks like the Vulcans are just fine. So 2nd down and 4. Harris, play action. Back to pass. He looks. He scrambles. He wants Fiore in and out of the hands of Fiore. He dropped it. He dropped the pass that would have gave Vulcans a first down last week as well. So that was Harris's first pass attempt of the game there, and Fiore just has to come up with that one. And he'll come off here, and he'll bring up a 3rd and short here. Instead, Fiore will stay on the field. They'll send Wheeler out with 9:02 left here in the first quarter. California looking to add to their lead, their 6-0 lead already, and cash in off of the Edinboro turnover. Harris out of the gun. Fiore's his sidecar. 2 receivers near, 1 to the far. Harris back to pass. He looks. He looks over the middle. It is caught by Smore, and he's got a first down. Luke Smore over the middle, cuts it back, and gave the Vulcans a first down on that one. Luke Smore coming over the middle there. California didn't need anything big. They just needed the yards they got for the first down here. And California will be lined up at the Edinboro 15. Fiore will come out for John Franklin. Same receivers on the field. He's also got Desmond Green lined up on his left, up front. Out of the gun is Harris. Takes the snap, handoff, Franklin to left side, trying to follow his blockers, cuts back to the middle, makes a man miss, goes up the middle, one man to beat. It's stopped by Mitch Thomas at about the 3-yard line. What a great patient run there by John Franklin, and the Vulcans set up nicely again, 1st and goal. And look at this, Franklin trying to find his blockers. He cuts back. Look at the elusiveness there by number 25, and Mitch Thomas almost picks him up. He drops him there at the 3-yard line. So now, California, they'll be spotted at the 4, 1st and goal. Franklin lined up his Harris's sidecar out of the gun. See if they go back to him. They will. Franklin plowing up the middle, gets to the 1. No signal to call it, just short at the 1-yard line, 2nd and goal. Franklin plowed his way forward, just needed an extra push, but he just fell short of the end zone. And he'll bring up a 2nd down and goal from the 1-yard line here. Franklin right up the middle. See, right there gets stopped. Looks like that was Ricky Bailey, third for Edinboro, just getting his hands on him and stopping him at the 1-yard line. So, 2nd and goal. Same formation as before. Harris, handoff. Franklin, quick handoff, touchdown, California. John Franklin's got 2 in the first quarter and make that 6 on the season. And California cashing in on the Edinboro turnover right there. Look at that push right up the line. So you get contacted first, but Franklin bouncing off his guy and just falls right in the end zone. California set up again, and they go up 12-0 here with 7:42 left in the first quarter. We'll see if Brazil can rebound here and get the extra point for the Vulcans. Ball is spotted, kicks away, and this time the kick is good. So, John Franklin, his 2nd touchdown of the game, has given California a 13-0 lead here in the first quarter. Stay tuned for more action here on CUTV.
Complete news, entertainment, and sports coverage from around the area, region, and nation is found right here on CUTV News Center every Thursday at 5 p.m. with anchors Jennifer Germano, Zach Prosba, entertainment with Mike Mays, and sports with Matt Hagee. Follow us on YouTube, CUTV News Center, and on Twitter, CUTV_PA, for your complete rebroadcast of your Vulcan sports. News Center airs every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Armstrong and Atlantic Broadband.
And welcome back to Sox Harrison Stadium as we're in the first quarter here. California up 13-0 over Edinboro. 2 John Franklin rushing touchdowns as Brazil kicks this one off here. Fielded by Reddick. Reddick cuts to the right side, looks for hole, breaks a tackle. He's going to get a decent return out of this. Goes 35, just pushed out of bounds at about the 40-yard line there. So nice return by Reddick, and Edinboro will have their best starting field position today. Kind of a little, some words being said over there. California's going to have to watch out for that. They've had a couple personal fouls. It's always tough on the sideline, especially the opposing sideline there, but Reddick gets a couple nice blocks and gets finally knocked out there in front of the Edinboro bench, and you can see number 55 for California there, Daimon Thomas, had some words with the Edinboro bench. So, Edinboro, they'll spot it at the 40. Sisson will line up with one back behind him and two receivers to the near side. Sisson takes the snap. Handoff. Bell, first carry since the first drive, gets about 2-3 yards again. Another tight play on the sideline there. And Bell, who was not given a carry on the last drive, they were using a Veerland, and he had the fumble. So you see Bell try to bounce it outside here as a junior running back. His first season starting with Edinboro as the feature back. Looks like he was knocked out there by Devontae Suber. They'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. Sisson will have Bell as his sidecar. And 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Sisson takes the snap, back to pass. He looks, he fires. He's got Massey over the middle. That's his first catch. And a decent game out of that one. Looks like he got about 6-7 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd and short. So we're looking for Massey. Massey had 6 catches for 58 yards last season against the Vulcans, and is their feature receiver here. And they'll call it a 3rd and 2. But Darren Massey has 330 receiving yards on the season, but only 1 touchdown. So now, 3rd and short. 6:42 left here in the first quarter. Sisson will line up. 2 receivers split out to each side, and he's got Bell as his sidecar again. Kind of a little miscommunication there, trying to move Bell in the right spot. Sisson takes the snap. Play action. Sisson rolls out. He looks. He fires. Incomplete. Penalty flag is down here. I didn't see what the flag was on. That ball was thrown well out of bounds. Sisson was trying to look before he got pressured. But they might be calling this a holding here on Aaron Terry. So Edinboro will get the 1st down. And again, the Vulcans starting to get a couple penalties early here. See, Sisson rolled out there. I was going to say there was really no pass interference. You couldn't see late contact there at all, but it must have been before the play. So Edinboro, for the first time today in California territory, and for the way that Edinboro's offense has gotten off to a start here, giving California starting field position their own end, they got to love this. Now Bell up the middle. Good run. Probably his best run of the game so far. Gets about 7 yards on the play, and he'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. But for California, again, trying to avoid penalties as much as possible. And again, that drive would have been stopped right there. As we'll see Bell go up the middle here. Decent run out of them, and they'll call it a 6-yard gain, 2nd down and 4. From California's 36-yard line, Sisson under center. Bell in the backfield. Sisson, back to pass. He looks, pumps, runs away from Lardani and slides near a 1st down here. We'll see on the spot if he got the 1st down. Looks like he slid a little bit early before he had contact there with Suber. And I think that it will be good enough for a 1st down. So the chains will be moved. Edinboro gets another 1st down here to continue to drive deep in the Vulcan territory. But California's defense last week against Shippensburg had Shippensburg pressing deep in the Vulcans territory, both times, 2 times in the red zone in the second half, but California clamped down. And we'll see if they can do it here for Edinboro. New set of downs from the California 32-yard line. Sisson out of the pistol. Hands off. Bell cuts it to the left side, makes a man miss, and gets wrapped down. Looks like that was Jordan Bowman there on the stop for California after a gain of about 3. So now you see Bell here cut to the left side, trying to get something. Goes past Aaron Terry, but you see Jordan Bowman wrapping him up there. Good tackle. Jordan Bowman, he was a D2football.com preseason All-American. He's also a former PIAA state champion at Central Dauphin High School. As now we see 2nd down and 7. Sisson with 2 sidecars out of the shotgun. Sisson, hands off, draw play. Bell cuts it to the right side, trying to find a hole. Goes up the middle for about a gain of about 3 yards. They'll bring up a 3rd down and 4. So Edinboro trying to go to the running game after Sisson kind of struggled to start the game here, and they get a decent pickup here on 2nd down. They'll bring up a 3rd and 4 from the Vulcan 26 here. As we approach exactly 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. California up 13-0. Sisson lines up out of the shotgun again with 1 sidecar. Sisson back to pass. He looks under pressure. He loses the ball. He gets sacked. Big scramble for it. Edinboro will get it back here, but it was the sack forced by California here, and that pretty much kicks Edinboro back. I'd say 15 yards on the play. They'll call it a loss of 13, but we'll see Sisson right here. Ball gets punched out there, and a big scramble for it. And by Edinboro, fortunately for them, they get the tackle. That was Zach Harton, the left guard, falling on the football here. And it looks like Edinboro will try to pin California deep here on 4th and 17. Again, California's defense standing tall. You can see Tyler Haddock will get credit for the sack, his 3rd sack of the season. He had 2 sacks in the opening game against Virginia State. He is a transfer from Iowa Western. A local product out of Montour High School. See Reese back to kick. And looks like it'll drop and roll at about the Vulcan 8-yard line, 8-yard line there. So California will be backed up here. Let's take a look at the PSAC West standings here through week 3. This is the first week of divisional plays. You can see Clarion, Gannon, Mercier, Slippery Rock perfect through their PSAC East opponents and their first non-conference game. And you see IUP getting the win over Lock Haven last week, and Seton Hill 1-2, and Edinboro at the bottom there. California 2-1, and I'll tell you what, California had as probably the toughest 3 teams to start out with for the season. Defending CIAA champion Virginia State on the road, Bloomsburg and Shippensburg. They go out 2-1, and they get to be pretty happy with that one. So California will start it backed up at their own 9-yard line. Harris under center. Handoff, Franklin up the middle, and gets pretty much nothing on that one. I think I got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So Edinboro not really getting much on Franklin so far here in the first part of the game, and they get a decent stop there to start. And if they can try to force California to a 3-and-out, they'd be getting decent field position. And I mentioned we looked at the standings before today. Clarion and Gannon squaring off just, I'd say, about 15 miles north of here in Erie. Now Harris will line up out of the gun, 2 sidecars, back to pass. He looks pressure. He's in the end zone. That's a safety. He got hit from the blind side. That's Principal. That's the guy we've been watching for. And Edinboro gets a big 2 points. He did not see Principal coming at all there, as he blew right by Zach Moorhead. And Moorhead, who struggled against Bloomsburg, Harris was not looking that way, and he gets dropped in the end zone. And we're not going to take a commercial break here, but California, this has been a while since he's been sacked in the end zone for a safety. There was a safety on a blocked punt last year, so Edinboro, again, getting the safety against California, another 2 points. But after the start they had, this is exactly what Edinboro needed. Harris backed up out of the shotgun. That's the risk you take down there. He took a couple, I'd say 5 steps back, and then Principal, just talent like that. And we're going to have that matchup. Moorhead has been getting criticized a lot after that Bloomsburg game. He's given up the most sacks on the team. But Principal, and for an Edinboro team, not really a big defensive team, but they gotta like that they have a guy like Principal leading the way, both as a captain and also as a pretty darn good football player, especially with Mike Shansky going down for injury. But mentioned before, last time a safety was recorded for California. Last it was against them was against Slippery Rock last year for homecoming, and that was after a bad punt snap that went over Andrew Surratt's head. He was the former California punter. So now William Brazil will do a free kick here. He can't use a tee. It's basically a drop kick of what he's probably going to do here. He's lined up at about California's 20, and he'll back up here. He'll get to take a couple steps. He has to be behind the 20 to get this away here. Brazil is high, swirling kick here. It'll be taken by Reddick. Oh, he drops the ball. He fumbles the ball and gets it back. I think he just got it back immediately. So Edinboro almost had another disaster, and they'll start decent field position about the 40-yard line there. But Reddick was lucky. He tried to get it on the fly there, and he just dropped it. And almost Gary Brown, first man in there, trying to wrestle the ball from Reddick. And we'll see again, that line drive kick, tried to take it on the run, but too much speed, he just bobbles it. And right there, Edinboro's just lucky to get their hands on the ball. So, after the safety, with 2 minutes exactly left here in the first quarter, Sisson will start at the zone 39. And he'll keep it himself, go up the middle. He's got first down and more at midfield. So we get to see the legs of Sisson for the first time today. And last season, he had his first start. He had his first action of the season against California. And for Edinboro, there's always would roll out with the Harris brothers. Sisson making some nice plays there and gets Edinboro in business at the California 49-yard line. And California this season has struggled against mobile quarterbacks. Zapaticki, Kelly for Bloomsburg, and Ayers at Virginia State. So we'll see if they try to maybe use Sisson's legs more. So, first down and 10. Sisson takes the snap, handoff. This is Veerler after the first time he fumbled on a couple of series ago. That was Veerlard. You listed as a tight end. We'll use him as the backup running back today. It's listed for the tailback here as Sean Rolick. And Veerlard is a redshirt freshman. I'll bring up a second down and 4 here as we're just about to tick under a minute here in the first quarter. So now 2 sidecars for Sisson out of the gun here. And second down and 4. Takes the snap. Handoff. Veerlard again. Goes up the middle, close to a first down. Looks like he jumped over a man there. And it looks like he'll bring up about a 3rd and 1 from the 40-yard line here. So with 30 seconds left, you can see Veerlard cut to the right side here. Tries to hop for the first down. He gets tackled just short. Did not get a favorable spot that they wanted there. So 20 seconds. Looks like this will be the final play of the first quarter if no stoppages happen. Edinboro once again in California territory. Let's see if it goes more successful than the last time. Down 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and they're not going to get it off. So Edinboro letting the time go down here. They do not run a play, and they'll think about it and basically have a timeout as we move to quarter number 2 here from Edinboro, University of Edinboro. California up 13-2 over the Fighting Scots. Stay tuned for the second quarter here on CUTV.
Catch all the excitement under the Friday Night Lights with CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week. You have the best seats in the house as the area's longest-running high school football telecast, now in its 29th season, brings you the area's biggest games. Don't forget to watch the replay on CUTV, Sundays at 8 and Thursdays at 5:30.
And welcome back to Sox Harrison Stadium here as we're about to start the second quarter. Edinboro faced with a 3rd and 1 from California's 40-yard line to start the second quarter. They let the last 30 seconds run off, and they probably think about another play they could draw up here and try to get a big 3rd down conversion. Edinboro, after falling behind 13-0, got a safety off a Dominic Principal sack on James Harris. Now Sisson out of the gun with 1 sidecar. It's a movement up front. He'll give it to Veerler. Looks like California jumped. Free play. Sisson makes another man miss. Another penalty comes out, and Sisson will have enough yardage for the first down here. California was offsides, but then another penalty came in. So we'll see what the calls are here. It was definitely one was I could see was offsides because California moved. So they'll call a hold on Edinboro, and then an offsides on California. So those will offset, and then they will replay the down here. So that's a break for California, because if that holding doesn't come in late, that's a first down and would have been another offsides penalty for California. So now Edinboro will try this again here. And Sisson will come back out to his troops. And that would have been another offsides penalty for California. So now a Wheelard behind Sisson. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. He's out of the gun on 3rd down. Sisson, handoff of Wheelard. First down and more. Plows forward to the 32-yard line. So Edinboro makes up for getting the holding penalty and plows forward and gets a new set of downs here from the California 32-yard line. So Wheelard, nice moves there. He gets tackled there by Arnell Farmer. And now Edinboro's offense starting to move the ball on the ground, and they're trying to stick away from the passing game because Sisson has not had much success so far, only 1 completion. And limit the opportunities for Cal's offense because a quick strike here and less time to work with. Sisson, once again with a Wheelard behind him. Play action, Sisson rolls to the right, under pressure, gets the ball off, incomplete. He was looking for his backup tight end again, and it falls incomplete, and Sisson just well off target again here. He rolled out, and I think under the pressure, when he gets pressure, and he took a hit. We'll see if we can see it on a replay here. Sisson comes in and gets drilled. You can see just at the corner of your screen there and threw it away there. But California with another good play there with getting pressure on Sisson. And when they put pressure on Sisson throwing the ball, he's been absolutely inaccurate. So now Sisson again lines up out of the gun with a Wheelard. 13:55 left here in the second quarter. Sisson back to pass. He looks. He's got Holland back. Second completion of the game. It'll be near a first down there. That was a short little pass to Holland back. We'll see where they spot it. And they'll call it a first down. So here's Sisson. Quick pass. Exactly what they needed. Got a good pass off there. Holland back. He's pretty tall, so he pulls that down. 6'6". And California last season struggled against tall receivers like Drew Carswell for IUP. And we'll see if Edinboro starts to go back to him more, use that size advantage. The tallest California defensive back is 6'3", and that's Vondell Bell. Now Sisson on the Vulcan 22-yard line, out of the pistol. Handoff of Wheelard. Trying to find a hole and gets wrapped up immediately there. Looks like Jawan Turner there on the stop. Just bulldozed his way into the backfield and knocked the Wheelard down here. And we'll see, it looks like he got right by Jacob Potts there, the right tackle. So Turner, who had a big game against the Fighting Scots I mentioned in the pregame, looking for another big game out of him so far. Really haven't called his name a lot this season, but he's doing a great job. They've actually moved him to nose tackle from defensive end. So now Sisson will line up with 2 sidecars here. 12:48 left here in the first half. Sisson, handoff of Wheelard again. Gets decent running out of this one here. Plows forward for about a gain of 3-4 yards in the play. We'll see where they spot, and it'll be 3rd down. So it looks like it seems like one series for Edinboro. They'll use Bell, they'll use a Wheelard, they'll use 2 different backs here. And they will call it a gain of 2 here, so it'll be 3rd and 8. So we'll see what California dials up here. Errol Brewster came off from the defensive line here. We'll see, he might be injured. Sisson out of the gun. 1 sidecar, 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far. Sisson takes the snap. Handoff. A Wheelard trying to catch the Vulcan snapping, and he gets wrapped up there by Devontae Suber. Wheelard had a burst of speed there for a second, but Suber makes a great open field tackle and saved the first down and more. And now Edinboro will try an extra point. Field goal, excuse me. And we'll see there sometimes trying to use the draw play. Looked good at first, but Suber, textbook tackling there at the 18-yard line to bring down a Wheelard. And now we'll see Austin Reese come onto the field here. And Austin Reese, he was PSAC West Special Teams Player of the Week 2 weeks ago against Shippensburg. Ball is spotted, kicks away, and it gets blocked. He looks like he kicked it low, but California had a wall together there, and they prevent the Edinboro scoring drive. First block kick of the season. So Edinboro trying to capitalize on decent field position, getting the free kick off the safety. It looked good again, but the drive failed, and California will start about their 20-yard line here. We'll see. You'll see in the middle there, California builds a nice wall, and Reese kicked it right into them. He kicked it low, and California was just waiting for it, not even close. Take a look at the PSAC schedule this week. Mentioned before, that big game, Clarion and Gannon. We'll see if Clarion can continue success. East Stroudsburg, Lock Haven, another big game in Erie, Indiana at Mercyhurst, Kutztown at Cheney, and then the big game out east, Bloomsburg at Shippensburg. So now Harris will start out of the gun here. Back to pass. He looks, going for the home run ball. He throws it short and incomplete there. Kawan Scott had to go back to try to recover it there. He was double teamed, but Harris just missed him again. And Harris has struggled these last couple of games with his accuracy, and he loves that home run ball to Kawan Scott. And he had to do almost a little defense himself there to tip the ball away so it wasn't picked off. I mentioned through all three teams, all three schools in Erie County in the PSAC, Gannon, Mercyhurst, and Edinboro all home today. And it's a great day for it. Harris out of the gun again. They'll go with Franklin. Cuts it to the left side, trying to find a hole and does. Gets a very decent gain there. I'd say about 9 yards on the play. Will bring up a 3rd and 1. So California, we haven't seen him really with the ball a lot because Edinboro's controlled the ball for most of this game, and mentioned they had more of a time of possession advantage against California overall for the season. We can see why. But less California's on the field, less they can try to score. So now 3rd down and 1. Handoff. Franklin cuts it to the left side. He's got the first down. Just barely gets stopped there by Thaddeus Kornick. But he plowed forward here, and he should have enough yards for the first down. And no, they won't give it to him. Let's see here. Franklin cuts it to the right. No, he gets stopped right there. That shoulder pad might have prevented Franklin from getting extra yardage here, but California is going for it. Backed up really deep in their own territory here. They're going to need to get this one. Takes the snap. Handoff. Franklin. And think he just got it. Think he just snuck in the middle there and gets enough for the first down, but we'll see where they spot it. Very risky play call there by Coach Keller, but I think he trusts his Vulcans offense line against Edinboro here, and they will call it a first down. So Franklin just pushing ahead there. Looks like a last-second ditch effort to just get the first down. So Edinboro trying to stand tall. They cannot. New set of downs for the Vulcans here from their own 30-yard line. 9:57 left in this first half. Harris, play action. Back to pass. He looks. It's Desmond Green. Spins around and gets wrapped down there. Wrapped down by Gabe Tillman, who grabbed the hold of Desmond Green's jersey. And we saw last week Desmond Green's jersey get kind of wrapped up there. He's a very tough tight end. He's did not start. He wasn't the listed starter in the start of the season, but Paul Butler was injured, and now we see more of Desmond Green. And we'll see here a quick little pass, and it's a nice tug of the jersey, trying to wrap him in a circle, and finally brings him down there. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Harris, Fiore, right side, trying to get some speed. He does. First down and more. Derek Fiore charging into Edinboro territory about the 49-yard line. And Fiore's got 2 runs so far, and he looks pretty good using that outside lane. And last season against Edinboro, Fiore had a receiving touchdown to kick off the game. We'll see their good wall of blocking there for Fiore. He drags his defender. Look at him get, I'd say, about another 10 yards on that play, just dragging guys along with him. So, California back in Edinboro territory here. And this has been probably the first drive California's had that they're driving and where they had to start in their own territory. Now Franklin gets a call to the left side, cuts it back, trying to get another couple tackles off of him, and it looks like he'll be stopped after a gain of about 6 yards. And Franklin I did not realize so much here, but we'll take a look at the blocking on the screen. Look at that hole he has right here. And it's just all him trying to get Mitch Thomas trying to bring him down that left side of the California line. Standing tall there to give Franklin a 7-yard gain, 2nd down and 3. Harris will have 2 sidecars, Franklin and Fiore, and he'll go back to pass. He looks, he fires over the middle, deflected, incomplete. He wanted Tom Green, but it just got out of his hands. And he'll bring up a 3rd and 3. And with that jump ball drill, you could say that he's lucky that wasn't picked off as well. See, Green bounces it off of him there, but that both Edinboro defenders did not know where the ball was. They couldn't turn around to see it. So, another 3rd down for California. Same formation as before. From the Edinboro 42-yard line. Handoff, Fiore, left side, trying to follow his blockers. He's got a first down. Fiore plows ahead to about the 36-yard line and a new set of downs for the Vulcans. And Edinboro's having a real tough time trying to wrap up Derek Fiore here to start. And this time he uses the left side of the line. And California's starting to turn towards that left side of the line here, getting some blockers, set them up on the left side, and gives them a first down here. 8:08 left here in the first half. Now Harris will line up out of the gun with Franklin as his sidecar. Now he sends Franklin to the other side of him. Harris takes the snap, handoff, Franklin plows forward, dives forward after probably got to go out 4 yards in the play. They'll spot it around the 32-yard line, second down and 6. Now California really using the run game. They've been using the run game a lot, establishing the run as they did in the Shippensburg and Bloomsburg games. And it's been working because Virginia State, they really did not get a good start running the ball. In these last 3 games, the run blocking has been much, much better. As we see, second down and 7. Harris under center and a broken eye. McCauley back in the game as fullback. And they'll go Franklin, right side. And gets wrapped up after a gain of about 2 yards there. That was Principal following off his blocker there. They moved Jeremy Seaman to cover Principal on that one. You can see him just blow right through him. And they'll bring up a third down and 6. They'll call it a gain of 1. Fiore comes into the game as Harris's third down back here from 32-yard line. Harris, 2 receivers to the near side as well, 1 to the far. Harris looks. He's got Fiore. Fiore plows ahead and looks like it'll be good enough for the first down. So using Derek Fiore again on third down, back-to-back third down conversions for the Vulcans. And they will move the chains once again. Nice little short pass. No one covered Fiore. And again, that second effort at Fiore stays in bounds and gets the extra yards he needed and more to be the 24-yard line. And the Vulcans here. 6:26 left here in the first half. Harris will... Penalty flag is down, so there might have been a legal substitution here for the Vulcans. That would make it 3 penalties so far for California in this first half. Second time they've had a legal substitution. They had one on their first extra point attempt, and now here they came out in a 3-back set, and some substitutions not coming off the field right here, and California will start instead 1st and 10, 1st and 15. Now Harris, we see Jimmy Wheeler back into the game. And they'll go, oh, bad snap, fumble, Edinboro football. It was a bad handoff to Franklin, and Edinboro stops California. California offense shoots themselves in the foot again. And in the Bloomsburg game, they had troubles handing the ball off here. Harris tried to do a little pitch toss to Franklin, and I think Franklin was just expecting a hard handoff instead of like a little toss to him. And Edinboro right in the backfield get it. And California offense sputtering again after a good-looking drive. They had a couple third down conversions, and now Edinboro will start at their own 31. And if you're California, you cannot keep a team like Edinboro like this in the game. Sisson out of the gun. He rolls to the right here. Sisson looking, now under pressure. Cuts back, fires. He's got it. Ball popped out and intercepted. It is intercepted. Jordan Bowman. He was looking for his receiver, Cardarelli. He got popped out, and Jordan Bowman gets his second interception of the season. What a turn of events. And we'll see Sisson here. He'll roll to the right. He'll stop, plan off. Good pass here. Cardarelli makes the catch, gets popped out, and Jordan Bowman just gets it off the deflection. And after turning the ball over, California takes the life right out of Edinboro. Big play there for Jordan Bowman and the rest of California's defense. So now Harris will come back to work. Same set they were as they fumbled it. But now it looks like Franklin and Fiore have swapped positions as Harris's sidecars. Now long handoff to the back here. Jimmy Wheeler, he's got a hole in front of him. 30, 40, 35, 30. Wheeler knocked out of bounds here. Jimmy Wheeler gets the Vulcans started here with a first down and 10. And this Wheeler kid is looking very, very talented so far. Look at his hard handle here. Wheeler A lot of speed, a lot of elusiveness, good blocking as well. Now California set up at the Edinboro 32-yard line, 1st down and 10. So now Harris looks like line up. Now he's got Wheeler. He'll send it to be a sidecar. Harris, handoff. Wheeler to the left side this time. Trying to find the lane. Cuts it upfield and gets a decent gain to start here. It'll be spotted about the 24-yard line, gain of 8 on 1st down. But now California starting to turn to Wheeler a little bit more as they'll send them out now. They'll send Franklin out. But Jimmy Wheeler has been nothing but impressive. I mean, talk about a kid that wasn't even on the recruiting class list in February. They got him late, and he had a big senior season for West Mifflin, and it looks like a great late addition for the Vulcans here. So now, on 2nd and 2, Franklin back in the game as Harris's sidecar. Now Franklin will take it back, and he's got a 1st down into the red zone, about the 18-yard line there. Franklin plows his way forward here and makes up for fumbling the handoff on the last drive here to get the Vulcans a new set of downs here. 4:47 left here in the first half. Franklin using his blockers, got a hole, and California having success running the ball against this Edinboro defense, and they're continuing to roll with it. Now Harris, he lines up out of the pistol. And play action here. Harris rolls. He's fired. He's got Desmond Green wide open. Penalty flag is down. Green will go to the end zone, but the flag was thrown right in the middle of the line of scrimmage. We'll see if this one's coming back. And it will be a hold. There will be a hold here, and California will have the touchdown called back. Another penalty for California. And it was a great play call. Desmond Green was wide open, walked right in the end zone here. And California's offense loses a touchdown here, and just another penalty can't take. So now Harris will line up Fiore back in the game here on first down from the 28-yard line now after the called back touchdown. Harris back to pass. He looks, fires over the middle, wide open. That's Gary Brown. Watch him work in the outfield. Helmet comes off. For a second, I thought that was the football, but now one of Edinboro's helmets come off here. So that player will have to sit out of play due to college rule. That was just a missed Mitch Thomas. And then that was Gary Brown's first catch since Bloomsburg. And one of the most elusive receivers when he's in the open field there. But Edinboro, nice job there. Mitch Thomas wrapping him up there before he got any more than that. So now bring it about a yard short of the original line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 11. Now Jimmy Wheeler enters back into the game as Harris's sidecar. Harris, play action here, rolls to the right. He looks, he fires, low, incomplete. He was looking for Smore, and he'll bring up a 3rd down here. He's trying to get Smore over the middle. He threw it low and had to dive there, almost threw an interception. You can see a play action here. Harris sets his feet and then lets it rip, and it's just almost picked off there by the Edinboro defenseman, Devon Groves, free safety. And he threw it low, but Harris with nice arm strength tried to fit it between Groves, and he did, but Smore it was too low into the dirt. So now 3rd down 11 for California. Fiore as Harris's sidecar. Takes the snap, back to pass. He looks, he fires. He's got Brown. He'll be short of the 1st down here. Got about 2 on the play, and now California will be looked to settle for a field goal here. But you got to believe this California has wanted a touchdown out of this drive here. It gets called back, and now we'll see William Brazil trying to make his first field goal since the Bloomsburg game where he was 2 for 2. Last week he was 0 for 1, excuse me. It'll be about a 32-yard kick for Brazil. Ball spotted. Kicks away. That kick is good. So William Brazil gives the Vulcans 3 points and extends the Vulcan lead to 16-2. 3 minutes and 8 seconds left here in the first half. Stay tuned for the rest of the half here on CUTV.
Catch all the excitement under the Friday Night Lights with CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week. You have the best seats in the house as the area's longest-running high school football telecast, now in its 29th season, brings you the area's biggest games. Don't forget to watch the replay on CUTV, Sundays at 8 and Thursdays at 5:30.
And welcome back to Sox Harrison Stadium as we see California extending their lead thanks to that man right there, William Brasil, with a field goal, his first field goal since the Bloomsburg game, his third field goal of the season. And California having a touchdown called back on the drive there. It was California's first long scoring drive of the game, but nonetheless, points are points, and now Brasil tees it off here. It's a little wobbler. It gives it to Mitch Thomas at about the 5-yard line. Cuts it back upfield, breaks a couple tackles, but gets stopped short of the 20-yard line there. Good coverage for California. Edinboro will start at about their own 18-yard line. With exactly 3 minutes left here till halftime at Edinboro. Two turnovers in this game. California's got 10 points off turnovers and also a blocked extra point as well, blocked punt as well that set California up here. And then California's defense forcing turnovers, holding Edinboro's offense at bay here as we see Sisson. Now with Corey Bell back in the game for the first time since the first quarter as his sidecar back. And you'll hand off Bell. Bell cuts it up field, makes the man miss, and gets tackled by Devontae Suber at about the 22-yard line there after a gain of 3. So Edinboro using Bell. They've used Avilard back, but Avilard on that last drive there was getting a couple big gains, but he also has a fumble in this game. And then the other turnover that Edinboro's had in this game so far, and also Edinboro having a blocked field goal attempt in this game as well. Sisson, 2 sidecars. 2nd down and 7. Sisson, hard count, hands off. Bell tries to make another spin move, gets about another 2 yards to the 24-yard line there. It'll bring up about a 3rd and 5. And now with 2:11 here and ticking left here in the first half, California, if they can get a stop here, they could try to get a quick scoring drive, and they get the ball in the second half here. So if California can get a touchdown, can maybe get a stop here, get a touchdown out of this, and they'd be set up nicely for the second half here. So it'll be 3rd down and 5. Sisson will have 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, and then Bell will be a sidecar. Let's see if they go to that quick draw play and see if they can catch California napping here. Looks like California's coming with the blitz. And they'll back off. Sisson back to pass. He looks under pressure, runs to the middle here, gets by Jawan Turner, gets a first down and more. Look at Sisson run in the California territory. My goodness. California sent the left side of the line, the blitz, and Sisson saw the hole in front of him. As soon as you'll see him get right by Jawan Turner here as he gets out of the line of scrimmage, right there and past number 53. He had a lane in front of him and a lot of hole in front of him. But again, California struggling with these dual threat quarterbacks, and they've seen one in every single game so far. And now Edinboro set up at California's 45-yard line. And you could believe me that these other upcoming teams in the future are watching this and seeing California can struggle with the quarterback rolling out. Sisson goes back to pass. He looks under pressure this time, throws it away, and it's caught. Unbelievable. I thought that was heading for the sidelines there, but he ends up hitting his receiver. That was Alex Cardarelli here. He gets pressured by both Brewster and Turner and thinks it's going to the sideline there, and Cardarelli just stands in there right by the sideline there and gets a first down. So now Edinboro at the California 34-yard line, 1:15 left here in the first half. And looks like we have a stoppage here. They might have started the play clock a little earlier. And looks like they'll reset it to 1:23. Sisson will line up out of the gun with 1 sidecar. It will be Bell. First down and 10 from the California 34-yard line. Sisson back to pass again. He looks. He fires. He's got Massey open. Trying to make a man miss. Aaron Terry gets wrapped up at about the 28-yard line there for Edinboro and gets a decent 7-8 yard gain on first play here. Now Edinboro's both trips inside California territory has ended with no points, including a drive that was halted by a big 13-yard lost fumble and sack, and then the blocked field goal. So Edinboro trying to make this a one-score game again here and try to keep them in this game here. And they fought hard so far, but like I said, they play well at home. They had a 13-3 lead over Shippensburg a couple weeks ago, and they let it slip in the second half. Sisson out of the gun again. Bell is his sidecar. Back to pass. He look, quick pass. It's Massey again. He's got a first down. Inside the red zone for Edinboro here. And we've seen Massey only had one catch, and now a penalty flag late. And again, this could be a personal foul against California. And a personal foul against the Vulcans. And Edinboro is going to be set up nicely here. This is just every week. This is just becoming a theme. Just personal foul late. Something happens. Someone says something. It looks like they'll call it there. They'll call it a personal foul there on Aaron Terry. Kind of picked the ball off and chucked it away from the ref, and that's what they'll call it on there. But you just can't do that. So now, and they only called it a 5-yard personal foul. They could call it 15, and Edinboro had it. They'll call it a delay of game, not a personal foul due to throwing the ball away here. And Edinboro looks like we'll have a timeout. It will be by California here. And you got to believe maybe Coach Keller is thinking to settle his guys down here, because Edinboro on the move here. They'll be at the 13-yard line with 56 seconds left here. There was a delay of game because Aaron Terry tossed the ball away from the ref, and it was a personal foul. Edinboro could have had first and goal here. So now California trying to make a stop here with 56 seconds left till halftime. And it's been like a drive that was once at third down, and just Coach Keller, as you see on our screen there, cannot be happy that this is still a ball game, because California has had opportunities to score a touchdown called back, and then they were backed up after stopping Edinboro, and then they had a safety. The line collapsed on James Harris in the end zone, and Edinboro, if they can get a score here, they're going to be in this game, and that's just going to give the Scots even more confidence going forward into the second half. So we'll see here. Sisson will come up here in an empty backfield on first down and 10. And now, long snap count here for Sisson. Takes a snap. He'll charge it himself right up the middle, breaks a tackle, gets to about the 6-7 yard line there for Edinboro. So pretty much a design run there, gain of 6, and now Edinboro will take a timeout here. You can see Sisson empty backfield, and they're trying again. Use Sisson's elusiveness that California struggled against, and looks like Devontae Suber got the tackle there. They'll spot him at the 7, second down and 4. And an early score update. Clarion up 19-14 on Gannon in the second quarter. So we always talked about it. Was Clarion for real? They only played Lock Haven, Cheney, and I can't think of the other team they played. But now going on the road to Gannon, proving themselves so far. And I believe it was actually Millersville in week 2. It was a Thursday night game. But now Clarion, many thought smoke and mirrors. But now so far the Golden Eagles, regardless if they fall to Gannon, they're already proven themselves that they are a pretty tough team to deal with. Their first season for their new coach, and he's doing a great job with the Golden Eagles so far. Now, second down and 4. 47 seconds left here in the first half. Sisson out of the gun. And California will send Brewster off really quick. Empty backfield again for Sisson. He takes a snap. Back to pass. He looks. He fires. He's got his man at about the 5 yard line. Gets wrapped up for about a gain of 2 yards there. And looks like that was number 22, James Clark, with his first reception of the game. And it'll be another timeout here for the Fighting Scots with 37 seconds left here. And they'll have one timeout remaining. You can see Sisson, quick pass here. Clark catches it about the 5, but he backs up, and a good open field tackle there by Aaron Terry. A couple guys down there, Bondell Bell and Chaz Veal as well, wrapping up the Scott receiver, and he'll set up a third and go. Just a third and about 4. And now the officials are discussing here. We'll see what happened. See if anything happens here. And another unsportsmanlike conduct for Cal is first and goal. This is unbelievable. Unsportsmanlike conduct. I couldn't see what happened after the play, but again, third and goal. It goes from third and 4 to first and goal. Half the distance, and Edinboro will be at the 2-yard line here. So now Edinboro had that whole time to think out. They took a timeout, and now just things not. Say the third penalty for the Vulcans on this drive, 5 overall for this game. Just becoming just a bad habit for the Vulcans over these past couple of weeks. Just a lot of penalties. The last 2 weeks, double-digit penalties numbers-wise. 12 last week against Shippensburg, 10 against Bloomsburg, 9 against Virginia State, and 5 already. Sisson out of the gun here with one sidecar. 37 seconds left. He rolls to the left this time. He looks. Corner, end zone. Massey gets the touchdown. Good play there by Sisson. Waiting, and Massey gets his second touchdown of the season. He broke free at the last second. And good protection there by Edinboro's line. They get the touchdown they needed. And also a cannon fired in the end zone. That kind of startled me a little bit. But you can see here, Sisson gets good protection, waits, and he has time to wait. Massey just broke free there. And Edinboro gets their first touchdown of the game to make it possibly a 1-score, 7-point game here. So now Reese hits it up, and it's good. So Edinboro, upset-minded? Well, they're close. 16-9, California. Stay tuned for the last 30 seconds of the first half here on CUTV.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
And welcome back to Sox Harrison Stadium on a beautiful day in Erie County here. As you can see, some of the flags, California's flag, all the PSAC schools' flags hanging on the other opposite stands, the home side stands for Edinboro. This is California's first trip back to Sox Harrison Stadium since 2012. This is my first trip here to Sox Harrison Stadium, and it's a very nice venue here, and situated on the other side of the press box behind California's bench. And now, Edinboro, suddenly we have a ball game here, 16-9 after a scoring drive that was helped by 3 California penalties, 1 personal foul, 1 delay of game, and now Austin Reese will kick here a SWIP kick. And California will have to feel this quick here. Looks like it's Jawan Turner picking it up. Wow. And he falls down at about the 38-yard line there. So Jawan Turner, one of the upbacks there. That's something you don't see anything. But now you got to believe our good friend Matt Kiefer, Sports Information Director for Cal Vulcans, has to be thinking, Jawan Turner on the return? What is this? But Matt does a great job, and wish him well. And also, you can catch him on the Vulcan Football Coaches Show on CUTV this week, aired every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And also hosted by Gary Smith, our director. Harris lines up out of the gun here with 24 seconds left. Harris, he gets Gary Brown out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. And now James Harris with 18 seconds left. California can try to go to the end zone, maybe take a shot to the end zone. Harris, if he can set him up, maybe he can try a Hail Mary pass. But they do have time, and they also have 2 timeouts as well. And they do get the ball in the second half, as I mentioned before, first. Now Harris out of the gun once again, same formation. Fiore as a sidecar. Now Harris back to pass. He looks over the middle and no one there. Looked like he was trying to look for Smorey, and Smorey was well covered on the play there by Sam Brees, the one defensive tackle for Edinboro, backing up in the coverage. Now with 13 seconds left, it will be 3rd down and 1. So now if you're California, you have to get this. You have to get this yard here, or it'll be 4th down. Now Harris with 2 sidecars. Let's see what they do. Back to pass. He looks. He fires. He's got Fiore. 1st down, but he stays inbounds. So now California will take an immediate timeout here. Now another penalty flag. Now this one could be on Edinboro, but who knows? And we'll see there. One looks like number 8, Devon Groves, who made the stop on Fiore. It was a nice stop there after the 3rd down. And if this is on Edinboro, a 15-yard personal foul, California is going to have a real shot at the end zone here, or even a chance here to get maybe a last-second field goal. We'll see what the official calls. Unsportsmanlike. On Edinboro, Devon Groves, you could see after that, and again, another penalty you can't take. I've been saying this for California. You watch the end of the play here. Harris will pick up a 1st down here for the Vulcans. He'll get it to Fiore, and he gets tackled. Nice open field tackle, keeps him in bounds. Actually, it was Mitch Thomas, and Mitch Thomas, steps over him and looks like he barked at him too. Just something you can't do for Edinboro. Now, California will take it. We'll still use their timeout. Still have to use a timeout here. They'll be at the Scott's 34-yard line. It's not in Brazil's range. But they have a clear shot at the end zone here with Harris's arm with 7 seconds left. Maybe they can try to get another short pass, quick pass to the end zone. It has to be really lightning quick pass. And let's take a look. We talked about Matt Kiefer, our sports information director, and Matt Kiefer does a wonderful job with this beautiful athletic site, www.calvulcans.com. You can see this is for every single team, not just with football, every Cal sport to get the up-to-date latest news. And also, when California sports are home, when we are doing games at home like football, soccer, volleyball, we have a live stream that you can watch the games on, watch it live on calvulcans.com. We had the volleyball game there against Wheeling Jesuit last Tuesday. That nice job online. And it also features an instantaneous on-demand feature after the game, so you can check it out if you missed the coverage as well. If you missed the coverage live. It's a great feature, new feature, first year using it. So now, 7 seconds. Harris will start out of the gun, 2 receivers split out to each side. Fiore is a sidecar. We'll see if they take a shot to the end zone here. Harris back to pass. He looks, has to move a little, but now he'll fire. End zone has Kawan Scott just out of the hands of Kawan Scott. He had it. That would have been 6. And we will go to halftime here, but a penalty flag is down. And if this is on Edinboro here, they can't end the half on defensive penalty, but they will call holding against Cal, so it does not matter. The touchdown would have been wiped out anyway if Kawan Scott would have caught it. And we will go to halftime here at Sox Harrison Stadium with the Vulcans leading the Edinboro Fighting Scots 16-9, a game that California had a chance to put away early, but Edinboro hanging around. Stay tuned for the second half here on CUTV.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car. More music in the door. More music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation. Playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
First published in the 1880s, the California Times is the oldest student media at California University. Circulating 3,000 issues weekly on campus and in the surrounding community, the Times' mission is to deliver fair and balanced news to the student population of California University. All students are welcome to be a part of the California Times. Our offices are located in the Natali Student Union. Keep up to date with the Times online at www.caltimes.org, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
Complete news, entertainment, and sports coverage from around the area, region, and nation is found right here on CUTV News Center every Thursday at 5 p.m. with anchors Jennifer Germano, Zach Prosba, entertainment with Mike Mays, and sports with Matt Hagee. Follow us on YouTube, CUTV News Center, and on Twitter, CUTV_PA, for your complete rebroadcast of your Vulcan sports. News Center airs every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Armstrong and Atlantic Broadband.
And welcome back here to Sox Harrison Stadium on the campus of Edinboro University as we're about to start the second half here, third quarter between the California Vulcans and the Edinboro Fighting Scots. My name once again is Matt Hagee, and as you can see there, our halftime score is California 16, Edinboro 9 in a game that it was almost, I could say, maybe not so much a trap per se, but Edinboro, like I said, they play tough at home and they've been hanging around. They got a late touchdown and stopped California's last-ditch effort in the second half. The second quarter, and kept it a one-score game. So we'll see what happens here. We'll take a look at a couple replays here. And in this game, the Edinboro offense sputtered on their first couple drives here. You're going to see quarterback Jake Sisson give off to Jamal Avierlard, and you see the ball will pop out, and it will be the first of two turnovers that California forced on Edinboro here in the first half. But the story of the game for the California offense is they have two touchdowns, both by that guy right there, John Franklin. He had 65 yards in the first half and also two touchdowns. But then Edinboro got on the board with a safety here as Dominic Principal, the big defensive leader for Edinboro there, gets the sack over as he blew by Zach Moorhead there to put Edinboro on the board 16. It was 13-2. Now, Sisson. Edinboro was able to move the ball a lot. Then here, this ball, great hit and great interception there by Jordan Bowman there. You can see it was forced on the play there by Aaron Terry. And it was the second of two turnovers for Edinboro. And then this was Edinboro's one touchdown here. You can see Jake Sisson looking, and he finally finds his top guy, Darren Massey, for the touchdown, his second touchdown of the season. In the first half stats to go by here. California has 130 yards rushing to Edinboro's 102. Total yards, it's 173 Cal to Edinboro 150. Cal has 13 first downs. Edinboro has only 10. James Harris only 43 yards passing, and Jake Sisson has 48 yards passing and a touchdown for Edinboro. Penalties, again, California 7 for 42 to Edinboro's 2 for 25. California has one turnover with a fumble. Edinboro has two turnovers, and one of those being on the fumble. Possession time, Edinboro 16-16 over California, 13 for 44. Cal on third down is 4 for 6. Edinboro is 2 for 5. And then Cal also has one fourth down conversion as well. So not seeing a lot of passing attempts from California. James Harris mentioned 7 for 13, 43 yards. But now California will get the ball to start here in the second half, and the key for them is they need to go and score. They need to silence any hope that Edinboro still has in this game because they've kept them around long enough where Edinboro, that team in the lower part of the PSAC, getting the confidence, the underdog getting the confidence at home, it'll just give them more momentum, and they hang around with the Vulcans here. So Edinboro hanging tough. Let's see if they can continue to compete with the Vulcans here. Looks like to start, we're going to see Chaz Veal and Jimmy Wheeler back to return for California. There was only one kickoff so far in this game, and for Edinboro, it was it was after they scored the touchdown, and it was returned by Jawan Turner. 1 for 11. The kick returns for California. That's something you don't see every day. And also, interesting stat here, California has not punted yet in this game. So we'll see Austin Reese here for Edinboro. And Edinboro will get ready to start here. Austin Reese about to kick off the second half of this beautiful day here in Erie County. So Reese will raise his hand, tee it up, and the second half is underway. Wheeler will take it in the end zone. Cannon goes off again. Wheeler takes it out of the end zone here, 20-yard line here. He's got a lane and gets dropped down at about the 26-yard line here. And if anyone's wondering why I'm alone, just calling the game by myself, CUTV, we were a little short on the road today, and my good friend Zach Croswell was doing a great job calling the game on radio for WCAL. Only 2 announcers available. We had to do one for radio, one for TV. And that's why I am by myself, but we'll see here. And Jimmy Wheeler there with a decent return from his end zone, 26-yard line, got about an extra 6 yards from where Cal would have started if he took a touchback. James Harris comes out here leading his troops. He's got John Franklin here as his sidecar out of the shotgun. And play action here. He'll start bubble screen. Gary Brown trying to find a block in front of him. He's got a lane. 40, 45. Past midfield, still going at about the 46-yard line there. So we finally see California use Gary Brown out of a bubble screen and get him open in the elusive field. And with here you can see what he can do when he's elusive. It's just so much speed, so much elusiveness. He kind of reminds me of another Brown, Antonio Brown for the Steelers. Just the way he can catch those short passes and make something out of nothing. Now, California, good start to this drive, already at the Edinboro 46. Gain of 38. Harris, back to pass. He looks, he fires. This is Desmond Green. Green plows his way ahead, breaks a couple tackles, and gets to the 36-yard line, close to the first down. We'll see where they spot it. Another short pass here to start, and you can see these California receivers, Harris out the green, and they will call it a first down here. So first down and 10, back-to-back passes to start here. California not messing around the start. Harris with 2 sidecars. He's got Wheeler and Franklin. And that was Fiore, not Wheeler. Fiore takes it, though. Down the side, gets a decent gain here on first down. Looks like they'll spot it at about the 31-yard line, gain of 4. And Fiore was breaking a couple in the first half on the sideline. He's got 3 carries for 36 yards, including a long of 17, average 12 yards there. And he, again, trying to use that sideline and gets a decent start here for the Vulcans on this next set of downs. It'll be second down and 5 from the Edinboro 31. Franklin, as Harris's only sidecar. Play action. Harris back. He'll be another screen to Brown. Makes 2 guys miss. Brown still fighting off a tackle and gets close to a first down here. So Brown, again, fighting at will, and looks like he'll bring up about a 3rd and 1. But we're going to take a look here at the replay. Watch Harris in here getting the Brown. Look at the block there by McCauley. Even though it was not a first down conversion, but still you got to appreciate the effort there out of the fullback, Ryan McCauley. So now it'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Vulcans. 27-yard line of the Edinboro Fighting Scots. Harris out of the shotgun. Hard handoff. Franklin plows forward, first down and 10, California. Nothing fancy about that. Run right up the middle. And another 3rd down conversion for California. This drive exactly what they need to do. They had another good drive before the last-ditch effort of the first half. But it ended in a field goal and a touchdown called back. Let's see what California can do here now at the Edinboro 23-yard line. Harris back to pass. He looks. Fires. Gary Brown, he's got on the sideline, makes a man miss, plows forward, first and goal, California. Gary Brown with only 1 catch in the first half. He's already got 3 on this drive. You can see Harris right here, and then Brown just so strong, catches the tiptoes on the sideline and has 3 guys need to take him down. What a strength by Gary Brown, and James Harris has got to like to have him back. So, first down and goal for the Vulcans at the 5-yard line. 13-17 left here in the 3rd quarter. Harris handoff, Franklin plowing forward, gets about maybe a yard or 2. We'll see, and he'll bring up a 2nd down and goal. And Franklin looking for the hat trick. He had 2 last week He had one at Bloomsburg and then one at Virginia State. They will call it a gain of a yard, so it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 4. Looks like Harris will have same formation Franklin as his sidecar. They line up Des Green out at a receiver spot. 3 to the far side. Harris back to pass. He looks. He wants Gary Brown. Touchdown, Vulcans. Gary Brown, his first touchdown since the Virginia State game in the opening week, and California gets the much-needed touchdown they need to open this second half. And what a methodical drive by the Vulcans, moving the ball at will. This is what we're used to here. Harris, quick pass, and Brown just comes out. He's covered, just snags it right out of the air. Easy money for Gary Brown, his 3rd touchdown catch of the season, and 4th catch of that drive. Now William Brazil will be back on here to attempt the extra point. 1 for 2 on extra points in the first half. Kick is away, and it's good. So California, exactly what they needed. Methodical drive led by James Harrison. That man there, Gary Brown, for the touchdown. 4-yard touchdown. 23-9 California. Stay tuned for the rest of the 3rd quarter here on CUTV.
Don't miss your chance to catch the best pro wrestling on the planet. Ring of Honor returns.
First published in the 1880s. The California Times is the oldest student media at California University. Circulating 3,000 issues weekly on campus and in the surrounding community, the Times' mission is to deliver fair and balanced news to the student population of California University. All students are welcome to be a part of the California Times. Our offices are located in the Natali Student Union. Keep up to date with the Times online at www.caltimes.org, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
And welcome back to Sox Harrison Stadium. California has kicked the ball off here. Now Mitch Thomas for Edinboro. Decent return there. It'll be spotted about the 27-yard line, so Edinboro will start around there on their own side of the field. California, their last drive, we're going to take a look at the touchdown, but that drive could not have been more perfectly played by California. Great passes. James Harris did not miss a beat. No incompletions and 4 catches there, and that by that man, Gary Brown. First game back after missing a game, grabs the touchdown, his 3rd of the season, and that was the 4th catch of the drive. And now he's got 5 receptions on the game. So now Edinboro, Jake Sisson, 2 sidecars to start this drive at their 27. Sisson, play action. He's pressured by Lardani. He tries to get around Lardani, and he makes something out of nothing after a gain of about, I'd say, a yard or so. He was back in the backfield and ran about like 6 yards, but he only will get credited with 1 yard here. Tried to roll out there, and Lardani broke free and just chased Sisson. And Sisson, who is Edinboro's leading rusher in the first half with 40 yards, 31 of those coming on a big run that set up the last Edinboro touchdown in the first half. But they're good defense for the start for California. 11:47 left in the 3rd quarter. Sisson out of the gun, empty backfield. Back to pass. He looks, he fires. Ball was tipped and goes right in the arms there of Darren Massey, who has his 5th catch of the day. Gain of about, I'd say, 5 yards. They'll bring up a 3rd and 4. See Massey breaking free there. He has the Scots' only touchdown of the first half. That was his first touchdown since their opening game of the season against St. Joseph College. And no, don't get confused with St. Joe's in Philadelphia. This is a Division III St. Joe's from out in the Midwest. So now, Jake Sisson out of the gun on 3rd and 4. Sisson takes the snap, back to pass. He looks, he fires, almost intercepted, but broken up there by Vondell Bell. And a 3-and-out by this Vulcans defense. And California coming out playing with a chip on their shoulder. And they'll force the Edinboro punt. So good defense there. You can see almost picked off there. Vondell Bella just got his hands on it. And California couldn't have drawn the start of the second half better, silencing any momentum Edinboro had going in the halftime here. And we'll see Aaron Terry back to punt for California. Back to return for California. Back to punt for Edinboro is Austin Reese. And Reese will take it. He had one of his punts blocked. That one's almost blocked by Smore again. And now Terry will take this one about the 27 and gets stood up immediately. Good special teams coverage there by the Fighting Scots. Looks like that was the backup running back, Jamal Evilard, on the stop. And California will start at about the 26-yard line here. So let's take a look at California's schedule so far. You can see 2-1 to start the season. Next week they get Seton Hill at home. That is Seton Hill's first trip to Adamson Stadium. That will be since the 2008 second-round playoff game. That was when Seton Hill was in the Wiviac. And then that big matchup 2 weeks at Slippery Rock's homecoming, and then at IUP, a big night game, and then Clarion, who looks like trying to be a PSC contender this year, and then at Gannon and Merciers to close out the season. The Erie schools back-to-back, and there was a flag on the return here. It will be against California. Couldn't see what it was. It was a very late flag, but regardless, that's now penalty number 8 for California in this game. And they would have started at about their own 28-yard line here, but now after the penalty, they're going to start, looks like at about their the 17-yard line here. So we'll call it a 10-yard penalty. And now that's where California will start. Harris, Fiore, and Franklin as his sidecar. Harris takes the snap to Franklin, cuts it up the field. James Franklin's got a hole in more. First down and 10 for the Vulcans. Great open run for John Franklin as he cut up the field here. You can see he was going to the right. Look at a block. Look at a blocking there at the right side of the line. And he cuts it up the middle here. And not to be confused with Penn State's head coach James Franklin, who's kind of busy right now as he's getting ready for 3:30 starting at San Diego State at Beaver Stadium. But James Franklin did go to East Stroudsburg at PSAC school. So now first down and 10 for the Vulcans. Back to Franklin again. To the right side. Look at this lane in front of him. 40-yard line and more. Another first down. Move those chains again. John Franklin and a late penalty flag here. Looks like it could be a late hit out of bounds there for Edinboro. That was Devon Groves who kind of twisted him out of bounds. And we'll take a look at it after the call here just to see what officially is here. We saw Cal get called for that last week in Shippensburg about 3 times. And another personal foul penalty. You can see this is just starting to change in the Vulcans' favor here. And we'll see as the big officials discussing. California coach is clapping. I think they got a call here. Edinboro wants it on Cal. And it looks like it'll be a personal foul, late hit out of bounds on Cal. I don't understand that call at all. Well, let's take a look at the replay here. I thought Groves hit him late out of bounds here. Let's take a look here. Franklin. Nice run, first down. He gets thrown out of bounds there, but, he kicked him. He threw his foot in there, tried to hardly get up there. But now, penalty number 9 for California, wipes out a first down run, backs him up. It's still first down. Now, Wheeler back in the game. Jimmy Wheeler cuts it upfield to about the 37-yard line there, but it's a very strange call. I thought it was called for Groves grabbing him and throwing him out of bounds there, and California's sideline was reacting, but you could see there in the replay that Franklin might have threw a foot up there at Groves. So now second down and 3. And back to Wheeler they go. To the right side this time. First down and more. 40, 45. And Jimmy Wheeler gets back the penalty yards that California got. Right back to work. And Jimmy Wheeler just continuing the press. And I'll tell you, he's got some breakaway speed there. And Edinburgh's have to watch it. He could see him down the sideline. But his famous game last year was a game actually seen on a CUTV show, High School Roundup, when he was at West Mifflin. He had 409 yards against Laurel Highlands. And now play action this time. Harris looks. He's got Fiore wide open. Just catches it low to the ground. First reception of the game for Fiore. The Vulcans are in California territory. Excuse me, they're at Edinboro territory here at the Edinboro 48-yard line. See a nice play there, rolling out Fiore. He dropped one of those passes in the first half there. Fiore still having a nice game for California. Now it's just Franklin in the backfield. Harris out of the gun. 2nd down and 2. Low snap, gives it to Franklin. First down, plows his way forward, and more. 40-yard line to the 36. Franklin bouncing off some guys and gets another first down for the Vulcans to continue to march in the Edinboro territory here. In this California offense, they moved the ball pretty well against Edinboro in the first half, but had a couple of mistakes that allowed Edinboro to stay around in the game. But they are moving the ball at will so far in this second half. 8:47 left here in the third quarter. Harris out of the gun. Same formation as before. Back to pass. He looks. Still looking. Now rolls in the pocket. Harris, he'll scramble. Breaks the tackle and gets to about the 35-yard line. Gain of 2. And we normally don't see Harris run out like that. A lot of speed. But he was looking. He couldn't find anyone open downfield here. You could see Principal coming close to him. And then when Harris saw Principal coming, he danced away from him and made something out of nothing to make it 2nd down and 8. We're going to see Wheeler back in the game. Fiore and Wheeler together. Harris out of the gun. Handoff, Fiore, right side, wrap down. Good open field tackle there by Gabe Tillman. And he gets as Fiore gets about 2 yards to bring up a 3rd down and 6. Tillman was Edinboro's leading tackler in the first half with 7. And a nice open field tackle for Fiore to make it a 3rd and 6 for California. So now, Fiore, 3rd down back in the game as Harris' sidecar. Harris back to pass. He looks. He fires over the middle. Des Green looks like he'll be about a yard or 2 short of the first down here. Depends on the spot. It looks like they will mark it short. So we will see what California does here. And it looks like Harris is staying on the field. And they'll try to go for it here. It'll be about a 4th and 2. So they converted on a 4th and 1. Way backed up in their first half. So it'll be a big see what California can do here. Franklin comes into the game at tailback. 6:49 left here in the third quarter. And looks like Edinboro will take a timeout. Coach Scott Browning did not like what he saw, and they will use their first timeout of the half with 6:45 left here in the third quarter. California looking to go for it here on 4th and 2 from Edinboro's 29-yard line here, and if they could get this first down here, it only continues to clock them out. And California has controlled the ball for all but 3 plays in this second half here, taking back time of possession. And here is our Twitter page at CUTV, at CUTV_PA. We love Twitter. I love Twitter, and we love interacting with all our social media sites. With this one, Twitter, you can tweet us during the game, make comments on how I'm doing announcing, how any of our announcers are doing in announcing, suggest a play, and you can also interact with us for High School Roundup, our high school football show we do, top plays. Twitter is a great tool and one of CUTV's personal favorite things, and we post all our videos. We can see highlights of this game on a probably Monday or so. You'll also be on calvulcans.com, and then you'll also see a full game, and then the full game broadcast will come a little shortly after that as well. So a lot of good things on our Twitter page. We actually got a nice shout out from the Whitfield Insider for a high school roundup show coverage, and I thought that was pretty cool. You can see Edinboro here discussing, and you can see if they can try to get a big 4th down stop here, because Harris will lead them out. So they go stay Franklin. Will line up as Harris's sidecar here. Harris will be out of the gun. And we'll see what they do here. Harris. He sends Franklin to the other side of him. Back to pass. He looks, he fires, he's got Smorey wide open for the touchdown. Luke Smorey was left uncovered, and Luke Smorey for the second straight week gets a touchdown for California. What a pass! And California, after James Harris did not have any touchdown passes in the first half, he's got 2 on his first 2 drives. Look at that. Smorey, you couldn't be more wide open. Easy touchdown, and Smorey's 3rd touchdown of the season, 4th touchdown of his career in his sophomore season here, and California extends their lead to 29-9. And I mentioned this last week I was calling radio for WCAL. I like Luke Smorey. He's an old-fashioned type player. You can see here, no gloves on his hands as Brazil puts the extra point up here. That one's good. California now up 30-9. They've outscored Edinburgh 14-0 in this third quarter and starting to pull away from the Scots. Stay tuned for the rest of the third quarter here on CETV. And welcome back to Sox Harrison Stadium here as California has extended their lead over Edinburgh 30-9 after a 28-yard touchdown pass from James Harris to Luke Smorey, and Smorey wide open. Harris, 2 touchdown passes to start the 2 drives California's had here in the third quarter, and a seemingly close game is now starting to slip from the hands of the Edinburgh Fighting Scots. They need a big drive here. Brazil tees it up here. High kick, fielded by Mitch Thomas at about the 12-yard line. He goes upfield. He has a lane to the outside here. Pulls away from the defenders. He'll get a nice return here. Gets out of bounds at about the California 42-yard line. So when we'll take a look at this touchdown again, this was also a play on 4th and 2 for the Vulcans. And we see that Edinburgh looked like they were kind of expecting of a run or so. But again here, James Harris. That was the touchdown pass to Gary Brown. This was the first of 2 touchdown passes Harris had. It was a great throw to Gary Brown, his first touchdown since the Virginia State game. But then Luke Smorey, now this is, we'll take a look at that in a little bit. Now, Jake Sisson back to work. They'll give Edinburgh a favorable spot here. They'll say Thomas got to the 48. Sisson out of the pistol. Play action. He looks, he fires. He's got his man open. That is Cartelli, and a big gain there for Edinburgh. So Edinburgh needs a quick strike here to get back in this game, and they're already at the Vulcan 28-yard line. So you see Sisson had good protection here, lofted a great pass, and Cartelli was wide open. Aaron Terry there with a big hit to put him in the turf. 27-yard line of the Vulcans Edinburgh is already at. After falling, now they're down 3 scores, so they're going to need a little bit more than that. But they're off to a good start after the nice kick return from Mitch Thomas. Sisson has Corey Bell as his sidecar. Sisson back to pass again. He looks, he fires. He wants his man, and it is caught for the touchdown. Darren Massey. Unbelievable pass, and that's Massey's 2nd touchdown of the game, and Edinburgh back within 2 after 2 plays. And it looked like we could count Edinburgh out, but watch this throw here as Sisson. Sisson had a couple bad passes today, but look at this over Arnell Farmer. That's good coverage, but what a catch. Darren Massey, and honestly, he's emerging as one of the best receivers in the PSAC. He only had 1 touchdown. He's already doubled that in this game here. And Edinburgh closes within 2 scores. I think that drive took less than a minute. So, Austin Reese. And he's got it. So, California 30, Edinburgh 16, a quick touchdown strike. Only took 3 plays for the Scots. This game's still not over yet. Stay tuned for more action here on CUTV.
Yes, I am. Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stabbing me with it? No!
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh,
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
And welcome back to Sox Harrison Stadium as we're still in about just a little bit over the midway point of the third quarter. 5:56 left here, but Edinboro down 30-9. California's offense running all over them, but it just took 3 plays for Edinboro's offense and an unbelievable catch that we'll see just in a second here. But Darren Massey, an unbelievable catch over California's defender Arnell Farmer, and Austin Reese will be back to kick here for the Scots. Fighting hard to stay alive here, and this Edinboro team, this is already the most points they've scored all year with 16. Now, short kick. Jimmy Wheeler takes it, line drive here. He's got a lot of speed, but he breaks a couple tackles, gets out to about the 31-yard line for California here. And let's take a look at this touchdown again, because this is, I mean, of any PSAC game you're going to see all week. This is unbelievable. Look at this. Good coverage there by Farmer. Great throw by Sisson, and Massey falling down, loses a shoe. He lost a shoe on the play there, and looks like he's wearing his socks. So Massey makes a great catch, but also a quick score update before we get started here. Ironically, at Sox Harrison Stadium, IUP up 14-0 over Mercyhurst. And Mercyhurst has not beat IUP since Mercyhurst came to the PSAC. So now, back to work for the California offense, and this California offense is on fire for the second half. See if they can keep it going. They'll start with Jimmy Wheeler in the backfield with McCauley and a broken eye. And they'll go to Wheeler. Cuts it up the middle. Wheeler with a lot of speed. Penalty flag is down, so this run might be coming back there, but a good run by Jimmy Wheeler. He'll get out to about the 48-yard line, but looks like California's about to hit double-digit penalties for the third straight week. And it will be a hold. So California would have been a good start to the drive here. Jimmy Wheeler, another big run. That even dates back to last week of just how elusive this guy is. And he's going to be fun to watch in the coming years. And California's got to like that they got him at the last second. So now with 5:41 left here, see Coach Keller just has to be frustrated. Another double-digit penalty outing by California. And I believe 4 of those are by holding. So now they'll keep Wheeler in the game, same formation as before. Instead, it'll be 1st and 20. Harris looks, fires, and it's caught there. Looks like that was Kawan Scott, and he gets pretty much close to the first down here. And Kawan Scott, that was actually his first reception of the game. We haven't called his name at all. I don't even think Harris has really looked at Scott. Maybe he had one time. But Scott makes a big catch here. Looks like they gave him 18-yard pass play. 2nd down and 2 from this California 39. Low snap, but he hands off to Wheeler. Wheeler waits. He's got a 1st down and more. Bounces it to the outside. Gets tackled at about the Edinboro 49-yard line there, but Jimmy Wheeler continues to impress. You can see he'll come out here for Franklin. But this Wheeler kid doesn't have a bad run at all. I mean, they're creating the lanes, good blocking there up the middle. He's going to see him, but he's definitely looks like he's running downhill, and it's exactly the type of back that California needs. And it's just going to, like I said, just continuing to see what this kid does from week to week. Now, Harris, back to pass out of shotgun. He looks, he fires, he's got Scott wide open. Scott loses the football. Edinboro will recover it. Scott slipped, and a second turnover for California, and Edinboro is just trying to get back in this game even more. So California just trying to put Edinboro away here. A good start to the drive. Another completion here for Scott. We'll take a look here. He tries to make Thomas miss, but Thomas just rips the ball out, and it was recovered there by Gabe Tillman for Edinboro. And the second turnover for California leaves Edinboro at starting from their own 41-yard line here. And once a 3-score game, now a 2-score game, and Edinboro gets the turnover they need, and now we'll start here. 4:38 left here in the third quarter. Sisson will start out of the gun. Takes the snap. He looks. He fires. He's got Holland back. And it looks like he'll get about 6 yards there on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 4. Hollenbach's second reception of the game, that big 6'6" frame. We mentioned he's taller than pretty much every single California defensive back out there. Surprised I don't see him more here. See a short little pass here. They'll actually call it 2nd and 3. Gets a couple yards here, and it gets closer to entering California territory. So now Sisson out of the pistol. Handoff. They'll go to the tailback. Looks like Villiard's back into the game here, and California was ready for that one. Good stop there on 2nd down to bring up a 3rd and short. And they'll give them a yard on that to set up a 3rd and 2 here. They tried to get a Villiard back into the game, and a Villiard that was his 10th rush of the game. He had 37 yards in the first half. So from the 49-yard line of Edinboro, it'll be a 3rd and 2. Edinboro trying to keep this drive going. Sisson will line up out of an empty backfield. And you call a timeout. That's big because Edinboro has their 2nd timeout they've used so far here in the second half, and it's only the 3rd quarter still. Sisson didn't like what he saw, and now that could cost Edinboro late in the game when they need those timeouts. So, well, then we'll take a look at Edinboro's schedule here, and you mentioned this is the most points they've had all season so far, losing to St. Joe's. Then Shippensburg, that was a tight game at home, and then getting blown out at East Stroudsburg. And then it doesn't get easier for the Scots at IUP, and then they host Clarion, and then at Gannon, Mercier, Slippery Rock, and then at Seton Hill. This Edinboro team, they get Millersville at the end of the season, but it's going to be, for Edinboro, they're going to be trying to get, if they can compete in any of these games, they're going to need to get the offense going and try to get, they only had 2 wins last season. Looking to improve on that. And this Edinboro team, in the early part of the 2000s, one of the more dominant teams in the PSAC. As we see here, they're competing hard to game. And like I mentioned in the pregame, this is a series of streaks. California's won 10 straight meetings, and before that, Edinboro won 9 straight meetings. So now the Scots will come out here, 3rd down and 2. Sisson out of the gun, empty backfield again. Watch to see if they go for the draw here. Sisson, he looks, he fires. He's got his man, 1st down. That is Caratelli. He had a big reception to kick off the last drive, and Edinboro gets in California territory again. Good protection. Sisson did not even have to move, and Caratelli wide open there to get the 1st down, and they move to the Vulcan 35-yard line. So now at Edinboro, we have 2:51 and ticking left here in the 3rd quarter. Edinboro moving down the field, and California's offense normally the last 2 weeks had not gotten off good in the second half. They've not scored in the second half since the Virginia State opener. It's 2 touchdowns. Now defense starting to take some lumps against Edinboro. Sisson looking. Caratelli's open again. Makes a man miss. Inside the red zone, Edinboro is. And as they close in on the end zone again. Caratelli back-to-back catches on that drive. And Sisson starting to hit his receivers. And they're starting to make California pay. And also getting great protection as well. Again, not having to move. And just finds Caratelli open. Makes his man miss right there. That was Bowman. And looks like he was wrapped by Suber. And Suber was the Vulcans' leading tackler so far after their leading tackler, Luke Rapchak, who had 16 tackles last week, 15 against Bloomsburg. He is out for this game. Sisson, empty backfield this time from their 11. Sisson back to pass, under pressure, gets it off, incomplete. It was trying to be a quick pass. They let Cameron Tarver come in unblocked, and he was looking for his receiver. He was looking for his receiver there and just missed him. And you can see here, watch Cameron Tarver. No one blocking him. They did not pick up the blitz at all, and that hurried Sisson, and he just overthrew his man due to the pressure. That was Sean Rolick. So now empty backfield again for the Scots here on 2nd down and 10. He takes the snap again. Back to pass. That time he's got his man. That's Massey. 5-yard line. Breaking tackle. Still on his feet. Touchdown. Unbelievable, this guy. And Edinboro again within one score. His third touchdown of the game, and Darren Massey is just putting on a show today. If he's not making diving catches, look at this right here. 1 tackle, 2 tacklers, 3 tacklers, 4 tacklers, and he just walks in the end zone. And Edinboro suddenly back within a touchdown and cashes in off the Kawan Scott fumble. Ball is spotted, kicks away. Kick is good. Edinboro responds to California's 2 touchdowns to start the drive there. Darren Massey is putting on a show today. 3 touchdowns for the Scots. Back in this ball game, 1:52 left. Stay tuned. This game is far from over.
Don't miss your chance to catch the best pro wrestling on the planet. Ring of Honor returns to the Pittsburgh area at the Convo Center at Cal U, Friday, September 25th at 7:30 p.m. with appearances by the Briscoes, Jay Lethal, Adam Cole, and many more. Experience body slamming, super kicking pro wrestling action live. Visit ROHWrestling.com now for tickets and info.
The time is now, the place is here. Stop running, face your fear. When it all comes down to this, you only get one shot, can't afford to miss. The time is now, the place is here. Stop running, face your fear. When it all comes down to this, you only get one shot, can't afford to miss. So, let's get it, let's go. Go hard and go home.
And welcome back to Sox Harrison Stadium. We have a brand new ball game here. Once a 30-9 deficit in the third quarter. Edinboro has struck back with a quick strike after the last California touchdown. They get a turnover, and Darren Massey, his third touchdown. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. Jimmy Wheeler, he'll field it for California. And trying to follow the lane blockers. Makes a man miss at the 20. Gets a block behind him, and look at Wheeler go. 35-yard line, 40. Look at Jimmy Wheeler. 50. Brought down just at the 36-yard line. Jimmy Wheeler hits a home run on the kick return, and looks like there's a penalty flag down. Oh my goodness! If this is on California, this would be Wheeler's third return in the last 2 weeks to be taken back. We'll look at it after the call here. But Wheeler hits a home run, but I look back and there's yellow laundry on the field again, and they'll call a hold. This is unreal. It looks like they'll call it on Jawan Turner here, but Jimmy, I don't know what this guy has to do to have one of his kick return stands, because he just look at his good blocking so far, but I think one at the last there kind of sprung Wheeler free, was in the back. We'll see if we can see Turner on our screen here. Look at a block he gets right there and springs forward. But just nothing. Wheeler's had 3 extra long kick returns wiped out by touchdowns. And I mean, that's something that it's tough. Now California, instead of starting at about Edinboro's 36, they'll start at their own 20. Harris takes the snap out of the shotgun. He looks, he fires, he's got Gary Brown wide open. Oh, and he loses the football. What a play there by Devon Groves to knock it out. I thought Gary Brown caught it to the sideline with the strong hands he has. That's a great play there by Groves, a clean hit too. And we'll see Harris again here as a good set, good play call, good protection. Brown looked like he got it and just popped out at the last second using his forearm there. And now Franklin. He plows ahead for about 6 yards. He'll bring up a third down and short, but now with California's defense getting shredded, they're going to need, California's offense cannot afford to take a 3 and out here, as we're down to 1:15 left here in the third quarter. But I mean, this California defense pretty much, this is what's been happening the last 2 weeks. They just haven't had time to get their air back, and California Offense not giving a chance, but now moving at will so far in this third quarter. Let's see if they continue it. Harris back to pass. Look, he's got Fiore over the middle, first down and more. Breaking the open field, 40, 45. Penalty flag down at the 50. This might be a spot foul. We'll see where it's at, but I mean, again, the flags are just becoming a ridiculous thing. I believe we'll see what the official call is here, but this could be, if it's on Cal, this could be a spot foul, which would be a first down. But if not, that just wipes out a big first down play. And we'll see what the word is here. Still some discussion. And still discussing. And it will be on Cal, blocking the back. They'll call it here. And looks like it won't be a spot foul. So again, it will be a first down. It will be a spot foul. I saw a linesman not change his number here, but again, great play by Fiore. So Vulcans get a much-needed first down here. But again, it looks like right there. It looks like they're calling Luke Smore. But I mean, now 14 penalties for California. Harris out of the shotgun here with Wheeler as his sidecar. Harris rolls. He looks. He's going to take it himself. James Harris scrambles and slides down there. He gets a late hit by the Edinboro middle linebacker there, Joel Fulton. But James Harris starting to use his legs, and he got a decent gain out of that. They'll call it 7 yards. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. You line up with Franklin out of his sidecar again. Here's Franklin, right up the middle. Breaks a tackle, here he goes, 45, 40, Franklin's got one man to beat. Gets tackled at the 18-yard line. John Franklin, maybe his best run of the season. The final play of the third quarter ends with California in business. Franklin will take a look before we go to commercial break here. But Franklin on second down here, goes up the middle here, and Lush just breaks a tackle, and he had a lane in front of him. He just needed to beat one more man, and looks like Ricky Bailey brought him down at the 19-yard line, saved the touchdown, but we will go to the fourth quarter here. This is a ball game, folks. California only up by a touchdown. Stay tuned for the fourth quarter here on CUTV.
Complete news, entertainment, and sports coverage from around the area, region, and nation is found right here on CUTV News Center every Thursday at 5 p.m. with anchors Jennifer Germano, Zach Prosba, entertainment with Mike Mays, and sports with Matt Hagee. Follow us on YouTube, CUTV News Center, and on Twitter, CUTV_PA, for your complete rebroadcast of your Vulcan sports. News Center airs every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Armstrong and Atlantic Broadband.
And welcome back to Sox Harrison Stadium here at Edinboro here. And you can see one of California's assistant coaches talking to Larry Wilson, the special teams coach, trying to see what's going on with it, because there's been a lot of laundry on the field, most of which going to California here. They've had 14 penalties now in this game. So now, after a big run by John Franklin, California at the Edinboro 19-yard line. Jimmy Wheeler in the ball game at tailback. And here is Wheeler, trying to find a lane, cuts it out, gets about maybe a yard on the play there. Edinboro, it's probably the best stop Edinboro's had against Jimmy Wheeler in this game. He's just been running at an unbelievable clip here. They try to bounce him the outside here, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. Breaks the tackle. And now Franklin will come back in with California's rotating backs, but it seemed like I said, it seemed like it was going to be a weak point for the Vulcans without Grissom, but it's become a strength for sure. Harris out of the gun. Takes this low snap, handoff, Franklin up the middle. plows his way forward to about the 15-yard line. Gain of 3. He'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. And then watch Franklin here. Maneuvers his way through the line here. And honestly, that could have been stopped in the backfield, but he breaks a couple tackles. Very elusive, very strong. And he'll come out of the game for Derek Fiore, the Vulcans' normal 3rd down back. They'll call it 3rd and 6 from the Edinboro 15. Harris, play action. He looks, quick pass. Gary Brown on the bubble screen and gets to about the 10-yard line here. He might be a yard short. That was a good tackle there by Edinboro. Thaddeus Cornick is one of those plays that could break for a touchdown here. See, Brown just wrapped them up at the shoestrings. They'll set up a 4th down, but it looks like California's going to go for it. They'll call it 4th and 1. They're 2 for 2 on 4th downs. And here we go. Franklin just plows ahead for a 1st down. 2nd effort got it for him. California now 3 for 3 on 4th downs today. And I definitely agree with that play call that they get to go for it. And you never know, because Brazil's missed a couple kicks, and he'd be kicking into the wind there. But a good play by James Franklin. John Franklin. I'm gonna get it wrong. I'm gonna get it right one of these days. Now 2 sidecars. John Franklin, Derek Fiore with Harris out of the shotgun. 1st down and goal. Franklin cuts it to the left. Breaks a tackle in at the 5-yard line here. He'll be tackled after about a gain of 3. He'll bring up 2nd down and goal. Now Franklin with 2 touchdowns in this game so far. He's looking for the hat trick. Be the 2nd player on this field to have 3 touchdowns in this game. Darren Massey being the other for Edinboro. And with 12:40 left and California continuing to try to run the ball here, it takes more time off. Same formation. Handoff, Franklin up the middle. Find his lane. He goes to the end zone. John Franklin, his 3rd touchdown of the game. Career high 3 touchdowns for John Franklin, and California gets a much-needed touchdown right here. And he really carried him. He set him up with the big run. 4th down conversion then, and a tough run right up the middle there. Just gets in the end zone. And his 3rd touchdown of the game. California now up 36-23, pending the extra point. Ball spotted, kicks up, and good. So William Brazil converting on 5 straight extra points after making the first one. 37-23, California gets a much-needed touchdown from John Franklin, who's got 3. Stay tuned for the rest of the 4th quarter here on CUTV.
Catch all the excitement under the Friday Night Lights with CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week. You have the best seats in the house as the area's longest-running high school football telecast, now in its 29th season, brings you the area's biggest games. Don't forget to watch the replay on CUTV, Sundays at 8 and Thursdays at 5:30.
And welcome back to Sox Harrison Stadium here as California responds to 2 straight Edinboro touchdowns with a touchdown of their own. John Franklin, his 3rd touchdown of the game to make it 37-23 California. But I gotta tell you, great day to be out here, and we see a shot of the Cal U band making the trip all the way up to Edinboro. Normally don't come up to Edinboro, and I used to be a member of the Cal U band just last season. New band director Frank Stetter getting everyone up, and also CUTV crew members Sarah St. Jacques and Anthony D'Agostino in crew and for the band. And now Mitch Thomas, he had a pretty good return the last time California kicked off here, and he gets it out to about the 34-yard line there. But mention those, and he will take a look at why we did kick off here. As we see, John Franklin mentioned before, 30 touchdowns for the sophomore running back, and he can't say how big he's been. 7 touchdowns so far in this young season out of 4 games, and he just could not be more impressive. And he only had 7 carries off last season. So now Edinboro's offense now coming alive after 3 and out on their first drive in the second half. Sisson will line up out of the pistol. Takes the snap. Handoff. No, play action. He's got Massey wide open. Let's see what he does. He's exciting, and he'll just get out of bounds here after a decent gain of about 6 yards. So Massey starting to pile up the catches. 3 touchdowns for him. And folks, if you missed any of his if you just tuned in, you've missed a show that this guy's putting on. 2 unbelievable touchdowns. 1 a diving catch over the over Arnell Farmer, California defender, and then last one he threw off 4 tacklers to get into the end zone. And after only having 1 touchdown coming into this game, he's got 3. 2nd down and 3. 11:55 left here in the ball game. Sisson, play action again. He looks, he fires, he's got his fullback out in the flat. He'll be tackled at about close to the 1st down marker. We'll see. It depends on the spot. Looks like he hit his fullback out in the flat here. It'll be Nick Helmick, and they will call it a 1st down. So Edinboro's offense, they looked like they moved really quick on their first scoring drive of this half. Kind of a more methodical drive on the last one. Wore out California's defense, but now they still have a tough road to hoe after giving up that last touchdown in California. 1st down and 10 for Edinboro from their own 43. Back to pass assistant. He looks. Lost pass. He wants Caratelli. He's got him open. He got it. And he will go in for the touchdown. Edinboro with another touchdown. It is Sisson's 4th touchdown pass of this game. And Edinboro just will not go away. Unbelievable effort from Edinboro today. You can see here Sisson, good protection. And Caratelli broke free here. See who is covering him on the play. Aaron Terry got scorched by Caratelli. His 1st touchdown of the game. And Sisson, 4 touchdown passes mentioned before. 3 to Massey. And now with 11:09 in this 4th quarter, Edinboro back to a 1-score game. Ball is spotted. Kicks away. It's good. So, 37, California. Edinboro 30. A game that seemed it was going to be well over, and Edinboro just continues to fight back. Stay tuned for more action here on CUTV.
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car, more music in the door, more music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation, playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
And welcome back here to Sox Harrison Stadium. As you see a nice shot of the Edinboro campus just overlooking Sox Harrison Stadium here. And suddenly, once again, a 1-score game again after a big pass, a big 55-yard pass from Jake Sisson to Alex Caratelli. 4 touchdown passes for Jake Sisson, who struggled this season, but he's having a field day with California's defense. So we'll take a look at that touchdown after this kick here from Austin Reese. And just a game that mentioned just seemed it was going to, after 39, looked like California had this game, starting to wrap this game up here, but Edinboro's fought back, a valiant effort. Now a squib kick. And taken by one of the upbacks here. That's another lineman for Cal. He's got a decent gain there. I'll see who that is. That's Justin Baker, another defensive lineman. So 2 defensive linemen for Cal will be on the kick return stats for this. I bet that's got to be a first. So let's take a look at this touchdown again here. Jake Sisson, good protection. California blitzed here, and Sisson goes up, and Caratelli just scorches Aaron Terry. Aaron Terry, who won the game for Cal, sealed the game last week with an interception on defense, got scorched on that play, and now suddenly this 1-score game, 11:04 left. Edinboro just won't go away. So now Harris will start have a broken eye. Handoff, Franklin, he'll start, bottled up. Good start for the Edinboro defense on this drive here. I'll bring up about, I don't think he got a yard on that play. Let's see here, Franklin, they've had that success here, but maybe see Cal maybe open up the play action that's been successful in the second half. Now Harris lines up with Fiore as a side card. Back to pass. He looks. He fires. He's got Kawan Scott open. Breaks the tackle. He's got a first down at about the Cal 49-yard line here. So a big pass there, and California gets a much-needed first down. See Kawan Scott there. He fumbled and set up an Edinboro touchdown 3 drives ago, and makes a nice catch there to move the chains for California. Now, Franklin lines up as Harris's sidecar. Low snap, handoff. Franklin up the middle. He's got another hole in front of him. Bounces it to the right side. Gets a block, 30-yard line, down to the 26. John Franklin with another big run. What a game out of this California backfield. Whether it's Wheeler or Franklin, Franklin's playing the show. We'll actually see Wheeler come in for Franklin here. But now California's offense starting to move at will again here and just pounding away with this run game. This is honestly the best this California's run game's looked in, I'd say, at least 1 or 2 years. So now, Jimmy Wheeler deep in the backfield behind Harris. And he'll go to Wheeler, deep handoff. Wheeler looks for a block, cuts it to the left side, and gets brought down after about a gain of a yard on that one. Looks like Principal got the stop there. And after Principal got that big sack that forced a safety on California, we really haven't called his name much here. And it was kind of a slow developing handoff here. Harris gives it to Wheeler. Didn't really give Wheeler much of a chance to do much. You can see Principal break away from his block. You also see Mitch Thomas as well getting in on the stop. He's had a decent game defensively. 2nd down and 9. Harris back to pass. He looks. He's got time. Throws it right and intercepted. Harris threw it right into the arms of the Edinboro defender, Trey Hall. He just turned around and the ball was right there and he fell funny. He's injured, so hopefully he's okay, but oh my goodness. This is unbelievable what is transpiring here. 3 turnovers. Harris's 4th interception of the season here. He comes off good sight for him, but he's going to come off a warrior here because look, it's Harris. He wanted Scott, but Hall got in front of him and picked him off here, and Edinboro has a chance here to possibly tie this game. I don't believe what I'm seeing. And just Edinboro just playing inspired football. California, this would be a huge meltdown. Once having a 21-point lead here in the 3rd quarter, and now suddenly Edinboro's offense red hot. And James Harris, who did not throw an interception against Shippensburg last week after 3 against Bloomsburg, throws a huge interception there. And suddenly the Scots are just gaining momentum after momentum. 9-10 left in this ball game. Sisson, 2-back set. Handoff to the left side here as Avillard. He gets about 7 yards on the play, bring about 2nd and 3 for Edinboro as we tick under 9 minutes remaining. But I mean, this game should even be close. But just credit Edinboro just playing their best game of the season. And now Edinboro, 2nd down and 4, they'll call it here. Be an empty backfield for Sisson. But I think even if Edinboro can't come away with this victory, Edinboro fans have to be proud of what they've done so far. Sisson back to pass. Under pressure, gets wrapped down. Penalty flag is there. That was Errol Brewster, who had 2 sacks last week, but we'll see who the flag's on. And it was thrown in the area of holdings, but we'll see what the official call is. And Edinboro did not have any penalties so far here, but California's starting to back up here. Another offsides penalty for Cal. Wow. 15 penalties. And a great sack, great effort there by Errol Brewster, but Cal gets called for offsides, and now instead of third down and long, it's a new set of downs because it was a second down and 4. So now Sisson. Takes a snap. To Villiard. Play action. He looks, he's fired. He's got Caratelli open again! And a penalty thrown, incomplete. Terry came in late and make that penalty number 16. And Terry just ran him right over. There's nothing to do. He got beat again by Caratelli. Terry has been being abused all day, and Edinboro is just picking up, is just making California just force mental mistake after mental mistake. So another penalty, 16 penalties. And you can see right there, Caratelli beat Terry, and Terry just shoved him right down. I don't even know if he really needed to do that. That ball was kind of underthrown. That looked like that might have hit the turf, and he didn't even maybe just stand in front of him there. But Aaron Terry is having a day to forget today. So new set of downs again. Edinboro from their own 46. 7:48 left. Sisson out of the gun, takes a snap, empty backfield. Look, there's Massey. And breaks one tackle. Plows forward and still going. Ball's out. But it looks like they'll call it down. They'll say he was down, but Massey gets Edinboro in the Cal territory. Another first down. You'd see here, we'll take a look here. Just down. Breaks the tackle there. And he just keeps running. And he was tackled there by Chaz Veal, and his knee was down just before he dropped the ball. So now, first down 10. Sisson empty backfield. Trips to the far side, twins to the near. Screen pass, that's Massey. See what he does in the open field. He breaks the tackle, gets to the 35-yard line. Gain of 3, make that 2nd and 7. Looks like they'll say Arnold Farmer there on the stop, but Massey in double-digit receptions now in this game with 12. And it's just Sisson just keeps going to Massey. And we've seen California get burned a couple times last season defensively by guys getting double-digit receptions. Just keep going to him. Now Sisson out of the gun again. Broken eye. Handoff of Villiard. Cuts it back. Still going. Gets out of a pile there, and looks like it'll be another first down for Edinboro. And you can see here, I saw him right in the line, but these legs, they kept churning. Best run for Villiard all day. And all momentum going to Edinboro. 27-yard line now of California. California needs a turnover or a stop bad. And I'm just looking at California's sideline. There's just no energy. You can see Edinboro's players are all stacked up. They're watching the play, but this is just getting frustrating for California. Sisson empty backfield again. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Looks. Fires. He's got his man. That is, looks like that was number 19, Sean Rolick there on his first reception of the game. A decent gain there on first down. Looks like it was about a gain of 6. Bring up a 2nd down and 4. See Sisson here. He's got good time. This Edinboro offensive line protection has been unbelievable in this second half, except for that one play where you saw Brewster get the sack, but it was called off because of offsides. 21-yard line of California. 5:28 left here. Empty backfield again. Edinboro has been going with this formation. Takes the snap. He looks. He fires. Loft pass. He wants Massey. Overthrown. Massey had a step on Veal, but Sisson just sailed it a little too high. And now it's honestly Sisson, who's had an unbelievable second half. That's probably his worst throw of the second half here. But Veal, good job keeping Massey honest there. They're not being able to break in there. That would have been 4 touchdowns for Massey if he would have got a hold of that one. And right now, this is Massey's 3 touchdowns are the most Cal's given up to one player since Stephen Yarborough of Mercyhurst last November. If he can get a 4th touchdown, that'll be the first time since Isaac Odom from Minnesota Duluth back in the NCAA Final Four game in 2008. And penalty looks like it'll be against the Scots. This will be the first penalty of the second half. Looks like the near receiver on the side there. Looks like it was Caratelli moved on the play. And a penalty now, 3rd and 4 turns on the 3rd and 9. And for Edinboro, who's played a pretty has not had a penalty. They've been keeping it pretty clean. And now it's kind of shooting them there. It's turned from a 3rd and 4 to a 3rd and 9 here. And this is absolutely 4-down territory. With 5:10 left in this game. Be an empty backfield again for Sisson. And takes the snap. Back to pass. He's got time. He looks. Pocket collapses. He scrambles away. Now he turns. He fires. Overthrown, everyone. But now another penalty down. This could be a late hit on the quarterback. Sisson's on the ground clapping. And California might have just shot themselves in the foot again. Turned around, it was good pressure, and Sisson let it rip. And they'll call it against Cal, 17 penalties. And Edinboro, a personal foul is, again, this will set him up 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Couldn't see what happened there at the end there, but they'll call it the 13 here. It'll be 1st and 10. I mean, this is Coach Keller cannot believe what he's seen. I can't believe what I've seen either. Sisson out of the pistol. 1st and 10 from the 13. Hands off. Villiard. Play action. Looks. Fires. Intercepted! Aaron Terry! An unbelievable interception. Aaron Terry continues to fight. But Aaron Terry, who got burned on the last drive, he had a game to forget. But now he gives Jake Sisson a throw to forget here. And exactly what California needed. It's Terry time, folks. My goodness. What a turnover there. Sisson under pressure. He had time. You see that right side pressure there. He looks, and Terry just stood right in front of Massey. Massey fell down, and Terry got brought down there by Nick Helmick. And if Terry would have broke that one tackle here, as you can see the band, that's called techno. That was created by the former band director at Cal, Marty Scherer. And it's great to see. And one of my favorite things I always like to do, we see Aaron Terry burned on the last touchdown by Alex Caratelli and makes up for it right there. Now Harris looks for Gary Brown. Brown slips, and now he gets back up. Breaks the tackle, runs into his own lineman there. It looks like he got forward progress. Will get him to about the 24-yard line here. But a devastating turnover for Edinboro here. And now they only have one timeout, so they don't have many chances to stop the clock here if California continues to move the ball, and they've run the ball very well. So now we'll see 2nd down and 2 from the 25-yard line. Harris lines up with a gun with Franklin as his sidecar. See if they go to a draw to one of the sides. No, Harris, quarterback keeper. 1st down and 10. Good play call. Caught Edinboro. Did not expect that at all there because you see a bootleg. See Harris, I think that's probably the first time I've ever seen Harris run a bootleg. He just gets enough yards to move the chains 1st down, and more importantly, keeps that clock rolling as we go under 4 minutes. And as more of that time moves and more of the plays California runs, at California defense, who's been battered in this second half, gives them a break and rests them up. And they'll just run and run as much time off possible. Here's Franklin. Goes to the left side, cuts it upfield, gets to about the 31-yard line, gain of 3. He'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. It'll be interesting to see when Edinboro decides to use that timeout here. As you can see Franklin cut to the left side here, break a tackle. But game that Franklin's had. And we thought last week he had over 100 yards for the first time in his career. He's well over that today. Actually, a new career high. As Harris will just take their time. It's like same formation as before here. So we'll go under 3 minutes. Low snap. Play action here. He goes to Gary Brown. Blockers in front of him. Here he goes. Gary Brown, 40-yard line and more. Gary Brown makes a man miss in the Edinboro territory. And the elusiveness of Mr. Gary Brown, double R Gary, and he gets it into the Edinboro territory. And watch McCauley here. We're going to take a look at Ryan McCauley, who had great blocks. Look at this. Springs it forward. Pancakes. That was Thaddeus Cornett to the ground, and that sprung Brown free into Edinboro territory. And another big first down for the Vulcans. But it looked like that wasn't going to be a designed pass because it looked like it was a low snap, and Franklin ran past Harris. But Harris got it to Brown. He was looking, and it was a big play here as California. We have 2:24 left in this game. Looking to run out the clock here. Gives it to Franklin up the middle. Plows forward, still going, churning the legs. Gets to about the 44-yard line of Edinboro. 2nd down and 6. And this game, California just trying to just churn the clock out here. Only one timeout, and we said those two timeouts Edinboro used in the third quarter, they're coming back to bite them. They can only stop the clock once here. Pretty much another first down could seal this ball game. 2nd down and 5. 2 sidecars for Harris. Fiore and Franklin. Quick score update. Clarion 40, Gannon 25, 3 minutes left. What a possible win for Golden Eagles as Fiore. Good run right here, and he'll stay inbounds just barely, so that's big. Almost went out of bounds, would have stopped the clock, but it's going to set up a 3rd and short here, I'd say. It's about a 3rd and 2. And it will set up a 3rd and 2 right here from Edinboro's 40-yard line. The clock's now hit 1:12 on the play. And now let's see if California can get this first down here, that's the ball game. And California would somehow escape from Edinboro with a win. But credit, what an effort out of the Fighting Scots today. And this game is still not over. Still need one more first down. We're under a minute. 3rd down and 2. And now Coach Keller will call a timeout. 45 seconds left in this game, but it looks like I don't know if Coach Keller didn't like what he saw. He was trying to run it down here, but they're trying to set up a perfect play that can get California their first down they need. They could run this clock out. But getting back to that, Clarion 40-25 over Gannon. How about that one, folks? And Clarion this year, this could be one of their best teams, and I can't even remember. It's like, and next week, who knows what could happen? But here's Seton Hill, local rival for California, coming down from Greensburg. Mentioned before, this is Seton Hill's first trip to Adamson Stadium since the 2008 playoff game. Kickoff will be at 1 o'clock. The live stream will be on calvulcans.com, and CUT, if you missed the game, will be on CUTV Monday at 6 o'clock and Tuesday at 4. You can see highlights of the game on Vulcan Football. They'll be aired Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And then also have highlights on CUTV News Center next Thursday as well. So a lot of California. And our next CUTV sports broadcast will be little women's soccer as the California Vulcans looking to rebound from losing to Edinboro, believe it or not. And they will face off against the 20th ranked and undefeated West Virginia Wesleyan Tigers. So now, Harris is back to work. And that's actually the Bobcats. My mistake. I saw the Tiger Paw looks like Clemson. Now, handoff. Fiore wrapped in the backfield. California can't put Edinboro away, and Edinboro will use that last time out here. They'll be backed up with 41 seconds left, but Edinboro was ready for it, and as a game that California couldn't put Edinboro away with any time in the third quarter, early in the fourth quarter, they're going to have to stop them one more time. Looks like they'll give credit there to number 54 for the Fighting Scots. What a great play he had. That is Armani Davis. He is the backup defensive end grad student to Dominic Principal. And now we'll see California here. They will punt, try to pin Edinboro deep, but now with no timeouts, and the Scots will probably have about, depending on how much time's run off here, probably about 30 or so seconds to work with. But if California can pin him deep here, and it looks like Michael Keir, backup quarterback who we saw last week, take over for Ian Patterson, who unsure of his situation, but now Michael Keir, backup quarterback, will punt this here and try to pin Edinboro deep. He had a decent game against Shippensburg. This is California's first punt of the game. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Unbelievable. So now we'll see what happens here. Keir gets it away. And it looks like a bounce. He'll take a Cal bounce inside the 10-yard line, out of bounds at about the 8. So Edinboro's going to have to go 92 yards in 32 seconds with no timeouts. But crazier things have happened, folks, in the game. That's seen a lot of crazy things happen, crazy plays. Darren Massey, what a game from him. John Franklin, what a game for the Vulcans. And Edinboro, one last try here. And they'll spot it at the 9, so it'll be 91 yards. Trying to force overtime here for the Fighting Scots. Empty backfield for Jake Sisson. Looks like California will rush 3 and send the man on the blitz. Sisson looks, he fires. He's got Caratelli knocked out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. That'll be first down, 15-yard gain, 27 seconds. And Caratelli, who's had a monster second half. You talk about what Darren Massey's done today. How about Caratelli catching 6 passes in this second half here, and Caratelli also with the long touchdown catch. Now 27 seconds left from Edinboro's 23-yard line. 4 rushing this time for California. Now, Sisson under pressure. He has to move up in the pocket. Now scrambles away, breaks a tackle, gets a first down, but gets knocked down inbounds, but they got to go. The clock will stop because of the first down there. California should have had him wrapped up before that, but they got to move. 18 seconds left. They'll be at the 35-yard line. They got to go. Clock has started. Sisson looks, taking a lot of time, takes the snap. 11 seconds. Now under pressure again. Winds up for the home run, overthrows everybody. What an arm out of Jake Sisson, though. Got about the 15-yard line there, but 6 seconds left. And just like last week, California had Shippensburg with about 5 seconds left, and they had to do a desperation heat. But you can see there, Sisson's got an arm. And he's actually one of the, in New York high school football state history, he is ranked 2nd. All time. You see here Sisson getting, but probably Sisson's best game of his career in his first year starting for Edinboro. He's not had a really good start to this season. So we'll see here, empty backfield. Takes the snap and plays dead. And penalty flag. So we'll see what it'll be. It'll be a illegal procedure against Edinboro. It's going to, and looks like that will just back up Edinboro even more here. Some of the California players thought there'd be a 10-second runoff. I'm not exactly sure what that rule is with the 10-second, what constitutes for 10-second runoff. So now they've reset the game clock to 6 seconds, back to where it was. So now it backs up the Scots 5 yards, the 31-yard line. Empty backfield again. One last try for Edinboro. Sisson takes the snap. Quick pass. He's got his man. That's a Villiard. And he gets wrapped down They'll say he's inbounds, and that's the ball game. California, it wasn't easy by any means, but they come away with a huge road victory over the Edinboro Fighting Scots to improve to 3-1 on the season. And give credit, what an effort by the Edinboro Fighting Scots on their home field. We knew it wasn't going to be easy, but California, great performance from John Franklin, 3 touchdowns, big second half from James Harris. They only had to punt one time in this game, but California looking good moving forward. So, for our great crew, Gary Smith in directing the truck, and our WCAL announcer, Zach Prosper today, my name is Matt Hagee. Thank you for joining me on this broadcast of Vulcan football here on CTV. Stay tuned next week. The Seton Hill Griffins are coming to town. Until then, have a great week, everyone.